I'm sorry.
I'm gonna unmute us so that everyone watching can hear the recap.
So, we unmuted?
Yeah.
Quick recap of Asta killed someone. We had the body hidden as well.
Mhm.
Otherwise, what else did we actually end up having? Because there was
So we
Sebastian
went.
Piper
The
behind
first
the
thing we
floor.
did. First thing we did was I invited Lothar for a spa at my house. Then I won the spa, and then very shortly after, got my neck broken by a gargoyle because I failed a frenzy check thing. Then they left me sleeping and did stuff.
Yeah.
Then I woke up and met back up with you guys. Oh, Lothar forgot to look for Ivan across the street.
And
Mhm.
Valen's kind of offered accidentally to become his sugar daddy, I think.
Yep. That's that. And then we got
Totally
back
normal.
together. What happened once we met back up? Oh, that's when we got rid of the
Hiding the
body.
body.
Crook
Mhm.
rang
Yeah.
the murder bell.
Crook
And
did
then we
his
were all
role.
to the brothel.
Yeah, we were all
Yeah, we
heading to
went
the
to the
brothel.
bridge. We took the dude in and did a fake slit throat, and had obviously hid the bite marks and stuff. And then yeah, we were going from the river to the brothel, and that's where we ended up, I think.
Mhm.
What was he called? Was it Terence, the gargoyle?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
So at the minute we have Wandering Gargoyle as an experience point and Hiding a Dead Guy as 1 XP.
Would there be no XP for the trying to do the stop of the gargoyle getting killed?
I have the Gargoyle encounter itself as all 1 XP.
For
But I'm honestly thinking that should be 2
I feel like I
XP.
should use a one. I don't deserve any XP from that encounter.
I'm going to call the Wandering Gargoyle and the experience of trying to stop someone frenzying on a thing, and also some people getting knocked unconscious, as 2 XP, and hiding the dead body and anything around that as a 1 XP.
okie day.
Is that 3 for everyone?
That is 3 for every current character.
So wait.
So,
So I have 6 XP left.
if any of you do want to spend your XP on anything, feel free to. For
What
those,
skill would cover talking my way out of a really sticky situation?
Charisma?
Charisma is a good starting point for going with your attributes, but actual skills, if you're not lying, then expression or leadership, depending on your position, are a good start. Being able to talk your way out of being punished is law, and being able to lie your way out of the situation is subterfuge.
I love how every ability you just mentioned there, I have 0 dots in.
Well, it's only, 3 for a new dot?
And I've got 6 XP.
Yeah, it depends on what situation you're in, but it also, you might want to remember that you have other people.
Yeah, who's better at that sort of stuff anyway. And then you've got these listed of what it costs. I'll go and check the notes rather than asking you again. Where is it? Spend XP. Go. Nope. Where is it that we describe what XP costs? Like what bits cost what XP?
In the normal
Posted
XP thing
somewhere.
at the very top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top of
Very
EXP.
top.
I
And
have
all of you
now...
are
Oh,
under
it's at the
200 years
bottom
old.
in game info.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it in that? Yeah.
It's in 2 places.
No, game info is the list. Well, is the section, Rob.
Ah, fair enough.
So if I've got 2 in charisma, if I'm reading this right, to upgrade that, I would need to spend.
You've got 2 already, and it is a
Go from
attribute,
2 to 3
so you
then.
need
Yeah.
8.
Oof. Okay, so not charisma, then it would be attribute. Or abilities, rather.
So, just to get us started, as you are all heading towards the whorehouse that is in relatively the centre south east side, so it's just away from the town centre on the southeast of it, you'll be heading towards the brothel. As you are all heading there, there will be a crier out talking about the news of the week. Are any of you paying attention to it?
Yeah.
I would like to listen to what the crier has to say in case he's telling us about witches or their hunters.
So there is that a man has been killed in an animal attack towards the east of the city, and people are to be careful. People are on the lookout for whatever beast did it, and if there are more of them around, to make sure that you put the wolves down. There is a funeral for said person to happen in a few days. It will be closed casket. And there will also be calls for the fact that a beloved husband has gone missing, that there have been attacks in the docks. Apparently, there are a large number of miscreants that are trying to use the canals to ship goods that they don't own away quickly, as well as attacking on the actual harbour itself. So there's a lot of looking for people who committed crimes and trying to find missing people.
Okay. I get the impression that the missing husband was the dude that I killed.
Possibly. He's only been gone a day.
Okay.
So you've got animal attack in the east, you've got missing husband, you've got effectively assaults and robberies around the canal and docks.
Okay.
So the current party consists of just you three. Ivan has been left at home, or has Ivan come with?
I think I invited him, but he'd rather stayed.
Do we know if Crook came along?
Yeah, Crook came along.
So there is now Crook,
Mm-hmm.
there is Valens, there is Asta, and there is Lothar.
Yep.
You arrive at the building. It is well lit from the inside. There appear to be a large number of fireplaces and braziers, as well as the inside being very, very well covered in curtains. There is the necessary red tinted lanterns towards the front of it, and the doors themselves appear to be slightly ajar. There is a lot of light in this area.
Fair. Valens
You'll
will look
notice.
nervous.
You'll note that there are no vagrants on the side of the road where this is, but they are on the opposite side. Crook will look to you all. So, are we gonna go and have fun, or just have conversation?
We've been invited by Alette, so I think it'll be more on the conversation side, at least as far as I'm concerned.
I'm sure Crook's his own man. He can make his
Oh
own
yeah,
decisions
not
in an
stopping him.
establishment such as that. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I am going to go in ahead of you. I don't know if I need to meet this woman or not. He will take his coin purse off of his belt and wander in.
Good lad.
So, is Valens or anyone else doing anything?
He's just looking awkward.
I'll
Crook
head in
will
after
probably
after a moment.
Crook will probably peer his head out and look towards the group of you. Valens, are you going to join me, or are you just wanting conversation? I'm sure it'll be fun.
The poor kid is just going to stand there blushing and look terrified.
He'll come back out, open the purse, put coins in his hand, and push him by the shoulders in.
Great.
Is anyone else following him?
Yep, I'm going in.
Right. So, all of you enter this mostly stone building. It appears to have at some point been some other kind of decently built structure. It honestly might have been a bank at some point by the actual structure of it. There was probably a vault somewhere in here that's been partly taken out. You enter, and there's a number of what appear to be actual structural pillars in this main room, and there is a bar towards the far side with a single young man behind it who will effectively invite you all in, ask you to take a seat if you wish, and if you're wanting any company to simply ask and he'll sort it out for you.
Can I
look at
ask
Balin.
him where Alette, that we've been invited to see Alette? Lady Alette.
So you're all here to see the mistress of the house, then?
Yes, we've been invited.
Any of you wanting a drink or anything? The two gentlemen here seem like they might be parched. He looks towards Valens and Crook.
Sure.
Since you're all here to see Lady LaCroix, the first one is on the house for you all. I'll go and get the mistress for you. What do you all want first? And I'm sure I can find something to your two's taste as well.
I'm not in need of anything, but thank you.
Yeah, I'll defer.
And what about you two?
Valens will shrug and just say, if it's wet, I'll drink it.
Oh, well, we don't serve anything here that isn't wet, so we'll be fine to be able to sort that out for you. I'll keep it cheap then, for now. Or would you rather start with something a bit more flavourful?
He'll look at Crook. I told you I'd pay. What do you want?
Good job, I just gave you some coins. Well, I think I will start off with some fortified wine, and we'll go from there. And he will rub his hands together.
What he said.
Two glasses are pulled out, and they are topped up with a quite thick, dark red fluid. Enjoy, and while you're waiting and enjoying yourselves, I will go and get the mistress. This young man is probably 19 at most. He is freshly groomed, freshly clean shaven. His fingernails are probably cut a little bit too short, and is wearing effectively the underwear for finery, as well as proper actual trousers. It will likely be in dark reds.
Fancy.
He will leave from behind the bar and go up a set of squared off spiraling stairs to upper floors. Is there anything you wish to do while downstairs?
Drink.
There are a number of comfortable looking chairs. There are a number of pillows, but there doesn't appear to be any actual company at the minute.
I'm just
Think
gonna
of being
take
on
up,
like a. Sorry, go on.
No,
honey.
you first.
Just with being on like a business meeting, like we're kind of it's like a formal like arrangement. So I think I would wait politely and not partake.
Okay. Effectively, then I'll quickly just go over the room. It is stone walled. It has been painted, however, so that everything is a crisp white, and there are red drapes and carpets. It does appear to be a cheap red dye, but there's a lot of it been used, and there's a lot of fabric to keep the place properly insulated. There are a couple of fireplaces in this room alone that are then covered over, so the area is nice and warm. A woman will be escorted down the stairs. She's probably about 5'7", and is currently holding her hand out as the young man brings her down the stairs. She has quite long and ringleted blonde hair that is held up in a very, very loose, I want to say bun, but I'm not exactly an expert on hair. It's effectively kept out of her face.
Is it like up high on her head on the back, or is it down low towards the nape
Like
of her neck?
coiffed.
It is up high that then runs down,
Okay.
Very nice.
and she is wearing, I believe, would be white, peach, and red on the dress that she is wearing. It drags slightly along the floor, but is in very clean condition considering.
Hey Rob.
Yeah?
Can I roll like self-control and etiquette for Valens to not
She is at least 4 dots in appearance.
Yay, we match.
Damn. Do we all have to do that? Because she hot.
Plus presents.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Plus presence.
All I was gonna do was just try to get a read on her aura, but
Well, how many dots in etiquette does everyone have?
2.
One.
I think 2. Let me check.
Okay. Let me just open up Crook as well, just to make sure.
Yeah, 2.
Crook does not have etiquette.
Of course it is.
Shocker.
Therefore, is just going to straight up gawk. Will everyone else please roll me their self-control at difficulty 7 minus their dots in etiquette?
2.
All that matters is that you get 1 success.
yes.
Oh,
And just off on 2 of those. So, Asta is taken aback by the sudden appearance of this woman who appears to be in near enough fresh from the box porcelain doll kind of condition, as if she's never seen a day outside, never had to see a single bit of weathering. You are taken aback by this.
like a little out loud gasp. Like,
The rest of you are able to compose yourself and do as you completely choose. However, Asta does outwardly, and so does Crook, both outwardly appear amazed and or shocked by her appearance.
man, I'm in the same group as Crook.
Ha.
I'll
Crook's
do
pretty good.
a little stately bow. Not little, but proper bow.
Valens will awkwardly wave.
Awkwardly
will-
wave.
I'll also bow once I've composed myself.
Crook will kind of see everyone else and half wave and half bow. He kind of just pirouettes his hand a little bit and then state, "How much for you?" She will smile and get to the bottom of the stairs. The man will go back behind the bar. She will just look over all of you and have a moment of silence. So, it's nice of you all to finally come here. To finally enter my little haven. Is there anything I can get for any of you? I'm sure you've already been offered, but I might as well ask again.
Before Crook says anything, Valens is gonna kick him.
I think I'll politely decline and say that appreciate the hospitality.
Oh, we have
Same.
we have plenty of women. I'm sure we have a couple of men for you as well if need be. They're not exactly above that kind of work.
I will try to change the subject and just say that I apologize that it's taken so long for us all to get together and meet her. My squire told me that you've come specifically to my humble abode, and yeah, I feel you know uh, I feel I've neglected Alette, and I didn't mean to do that by any means.
Well, why wouldn't I want to meet Ivan's master? So, anywhere any of you wish to go for private conversation, I'm happy to go somewhere that you all possess, or I'm happy to take you around part of my abode.
Valens will look slightly confused. You know Ivan?
Why wouldn't I? He lives here. Maybe not here, but he's nearby. He's important to the clan.
That makes sense.
You're quite quizzical. It's quite nice to see. Well done. What about you two? Anything at all that you'd suggest we have for a little meeting?
I am more than happy to stay in your wonderful abode. It's much better than anything I can offer.
Yeah, I'll echo that sentiment in my own words, paraphrasing.
Also, I'm just seeing the bringer buckets and a mop comments, and I'm just thinking, are you going to throw up on someone else?
No, that was regarding the earlier comment about everything in the brothel being like wet or something.
He
Right.
will drink anything that's wet.
In that case, why don't we go back up the stairs? If you all follow me. If any of you are wanting any company, I'm sure that my friend here can arrange it for you. Crook will kind of look to Valens and nudge him a bit.
Valens will try to hide his embarrassment by looking slightly pissed off at him and nudging him back a little too hard.
Alette faces the other way and starts to glide her way back up the stairs.
Valens will mutter, "Stop it."
Would you like her too?
Shut up.
Fair enough. Alette will turn when she gets about halfway up and ask, are none of you joining me then?
Oh, I was following her like a
I
freaking
would
dog.
definitely already be following.
Valens will down his drink and then follow.
You are taken upstairs and taken down a carpeted corridor to a decent-sized single door. She opens it and invites you all to enter as she walks in. She enters the room and disappears from view if none of you join her.
No, I'm following.
I'm pretty sure we're all directly behind Rob.
Okay. This room has a number of armchairs, all positioned around the bed. She will perch herself on the bed itself. It is at least king-sized and has a what appears to be wooden but reinforced frame. She sits on it and gestures to all of the chairs in front.
Sits.
I will respectfully take a seat.
So, you've all come here to see me. I know I might have invited you, but you at least came. Others don't. We're still waiting our certain Ventrue and his friends to turn up, so it's nice to see that we've got another Ventrue and her friends here.
Blush.
You are outshining the rest of your new clanmates. So well done.
Can I let her know that what was it? Johan thinks very highly of her, and he has asked me to mention to Alette the fact that that I think he's great, and basically I'm just honored to know both of them.
It's good to know that you're It's good to know that you're praising so many people. Now, do you want to say anything else about Ivan? I know that you're very, very close with him.
He's found employment as a writer, and many opportunities are showing up for him, which I think is brilliant. We've not had this opportunity for him before coming to Munich, so it's a nice change.
That is good to hear. And what about Asta? Do you have anyone close to you that you wish to admire?
I don't actually. I've been on my own since leaving home. This is the closest I've had to companions and sort of looking at the rest of the coterie. Um,
Oh.
that and my dog, of course.
Animal companions can be quite nice, can't they? How
Mm.
about we try and change your loneliness while you're here? I am sure that you'll enjoy yourself. And what about you two? Anything at all you want to share? Any admiration for each other? Are you brothers in blood or brothers in other ways?
Other ways.
He just kind of nods like a happy dog.
Are you okay, Crook? Stop stirring.
It's to be expected. I'm not exactly helping the situation. Maybe you need to go out and get some air. Why don't you go and enjoy yourself with someone else? And he just kind of nods and will start to get up from the chair he's just sat down in.
And Valens will grab him by the scruff of the neck and pull him back down.
There is a very wide grin on Arlette's face. So, you're all new here. I presume you're looking for favours?
Yes.
Right. So all of you is your mic picking up all right, Laura?
Yeah, why?
Just with the Valens 2 message.
That's a response
Ah.
to the GIF.
Sorry. So we've got only a Toreador wanting a favour here. Fair enough,
I
then.
absolutely do. I just didn't want to be rude.
You're not going to get if you don't ask for something now, are you?
Lothar would seem to want to go first, though.
Well then.
Well, I can also offer, whatever help I can afford. I've recently come back from escorting a Primogen to Marked. So while I may not be long in the city, I still want to provide favors where I can.
Well, you do look very, very strong. It'll be very, very nice to have you here. So if you're wanting to go first, would the rest of you mind just leaving the room for a moment?
Of course not. I'll go see about that loneliness.
Valens will be incredibly uncomfortable with what Asta just said. Stand up, grab Crook by the arm, and drag him out.
You only
She
need to
said
wait.
it. I just want to say that she said it with a grin on her face. She wasn't being like catty. I just realized that it could come off as sarcastic. I'm trying to be warm.
So you only need to wait outside the room, but please close the door after yourselves.
Will do.
Yeah. We'll go awkwardly wait in the hall like school kids waiting for the headmaster.
Valens will hold the door open for Asta.
I will leave.
He will look back at Lothar and just say, I won't tell Ivan about this. Then close the door.
Oh.
Oof.
Just a quick question about like the way the structures are built, because I was thinking about this the other day. Like the average height there is like 5.5+ feet. Like the doorways would probably be quite low, and like a 6'2" person would probably have to stoop, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. I'd say
Yes,
the
I'm
doorways
just
themselves are at most 6 foot tall. Apart from upstairs here, these upstairs
oh,
ones are probably still the 6'6" that we have today.
nice. Okay, so not these ones, but in most doorways, both Lothar and Asta are having to stoop to get through. Balance is shorter, isn't he?
Valens is 15 and he's 5'8". God knows what he'll get to if he ever actually
Damn.
ages.
Mhm.
Damn.
We're
But you're
gonna be
not
tall
stooping.
party.
Tall
Yes.
party. Tall boys. Okay, cool. I'll wait outside like a good girl.
Shuts the door after saying the thing to Lothar. And just
Which I choose not to listen to.
just
Arlette will roll her eyes at that comment. So the door is closed. Arlette rises and walks up to Lothar, now looking down at him since he is still sat.
Yeah.
She will circle around the chair once, effectively inspecting him the entire time, and then get in front of him, stand up straight, put her hands together in front of her, clasped. If you want a minor favour, do something to impress me, or tell me something to impress me. You don't have to do it now, but you can do it whenever.
Yeah. Anything I can. Any pointers? Like, what would you like to see?
You're a Toreador, you're meant to be creative. She will sit back down on the bed. What would impress someone like me?
I'll sit and think about that for a moment. And good question. Well,
She
um,
starts to actually blush and starts to breathe.
can I see what her aura looks like?
Yes, you may, if you wish to roll me your perception and empathy at difficulty 8.
Ooh, that's a few successes.
How many was that? Ooh,
5.
fair enough.
Well
In that
done.
case, you get full details of the aura. So, evidently, kindred. The aura is effectively normal for a kindred, but then the actual colours involved and emotions involved will show that they are. They are excited. They are having flicks of desire, but above that, they are very, very much curious as to what this is going to be.
Okay. That helps. Because otherwise it would be quite a strange situation to be found alone in a room with such a lady.
She is just sat
So
on the bed, now having the blush of life.
I think Lothar will suggest inviting Alette to see a display of sword fighting between himself and Ivan at her convenience because he thinks that that's something that he excels at and she might enjoy.
She smiles and nods. In that case, as long as I get to see that, have a minor favour from me. Tiny little boon.
Cool. I'll basically like leave the invitation open to her, so hopefully like the next time she comes calling, I'll be there and can um afford her such a spectacle.
Hmm. Thank you. This has been at least interesting.
I'll thank her and apologize for not being present when she last came calling.
It's fine. We can't always be everywhere. Who do you think should come in next?
I think Asta's quite keen to meet you. Basically, I'm like in my head thinking that it'll be funny to let Valens like sweat and like prolong the meeting.
So,
Meanie.
what do you
Because of
go
what he
on?
said to me when he left, because that was rude.
In that case, if you think that Asta is going to be the one that's eager to see me,
She's
I
gonna
wish
make
to
me go
see.
last.
I wish to see Crook.
Oh,
Oh, I
okay.
love this lady.
I will go and fetch him for her.
I was not expecting that.
Post haste. I will fetch Crook for her post haste. Or whatever the German word is for that.
So, the door is opened by Lothar, presumably.
Yeah. I'll do one of those lovely nightly like kissing above her hand and then head to the door and go and find Crook.
Valens will fall back against you when the door is open because he was leaning against it.
E. Valens, wait your turn.
He is beauty, he is grace.
He's
He
Miss
will
United
fall flat
States.
on his face.
No, I would catch you if you fell into me.
Yeah,
Like
you
if I pulled the door
moment.
open and you fell back, I would catch
That's a
you.
fan fiction moment.
Valens will look awkward and then just go, "My hero."
I'll like set you back on your feet and ask if you know where Crook is gone. The lady would like to see him.
He'll just be stood there, kind of excited and awkward at the idea of him being invited in. Go on, send in the pretty one. You hear from the room.
Valens will chuckle, look to Crook, look him in the eyes and say, "Behave yourself. Remember who you're representing."
He just kind of awkwardly nods and trots into the room
That was
and
meant to be dominate, but okay.
oh, you are telling him to behave himself.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that is second dot. Will you please roll me your manipulation and leadership
One moment.
at difficulty for Crook 6.
Okay. So, do my bonuses count for that? I know the
What would the
commanding one
bonuses?
does.
Commanding does, yes.
What was it again? Manipulation and what?
Manipulation and leadership for the second dot to dominate.
So there is the commanding aura, which is a -1.
That makes it difficulty 5.
Burning aura, and bardic gift.
What's bardic gift?
The one that, hang on, I'll go on my character, on my notes. Voop. Everything you say I perform rings with power and conviction. Subtract 2 from difficulty of social based roles, never mind. That involves speaking, poetry or music.
So it's difficulty 5.
Okie doke. Damn it, there's the dice roll. 6 difficulty 5. Dunk.
And I will take into account the burning aura.
That is 3 successes because one of those is a 10 and I forgot to put the spec.
So, he just nods and goes in with the command of behave himself. The door closes.
Time
And now I
passes.
roll a couple of things.
Oh no. 3 hours later.
Storyteller has a little scene inside his own head.
I think you mean 6 minutes.
No. Because obviously he isn't going to get to do any of that.
Oh no, I was only joking.
We'll just walk in a couple of hours later because we got bored and he's just dead. Completely drained of life.
You think so much of him.
Track record though, like literally last session was it last session that you spent time in a cell? Was it the session before?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I
did
think
too,
it was.
but I mean, it was his fault. Nice. Wait, no. Is that nice? I don't know if that's nice.
We don't know.
Is the 4 successes
Nice roll,
good
though.
or bad?
Depends who's rolling.
Yes, it does.
Quite a big pool. Could be hair rolling.
Concern.
It could be Crook rolling. Crook
Good.
does have a very
Okay.
nice specialism.
Oh no.
Ah,
What
so it's
is
Crook
it?
then. Is he robbing
Athletics.
her? Oh!
That is a good point.
Oh!
Is he stealing
Yeah.
things from?
He might be stealing.
If he's using his athletics, maybe not. Maybe he's up to some other kind of hijinks.
He does have
I
other
did call
things
him the
that trade
pretty
off,
one.
though. Alright, so with this... Oof.
What was the oof? Oof. Rob, you need to remember to put spec after these.
I do, because that ends up instead
That's
being...
9. That's 9
9?
successes.
Mhm.
Oh heck.
Easy breezy.
Oh boy.
Rock yo.
Crook opens the door,
Mhm.
gulps, and takes a step out. Either of you two can go in if you like.
What did you do?
I was impressive.
In what way?
He just smiles coyly.
Are you sure you were only in there a few minutes?
He drops. His entire mood drops.
Valens just pats him on the shoulder.
So yes, Valens or Asta, do either of you want to see the mistress?
I'll look to Valens and see what he's leaning towards, whether he wants to go in first or whether he's deferring to me.
Valens is too focused on the fact that Crook fucked up and didn't do as he was told. Because I
Maybe
have
he
to
did
remember to tell.
exactly as he was told.
To be fair.
I will not keep the lady waiting and move into the room.
Okay. Is there anything Valens wishes to say to Crook immediately?
Just congratulations, you did the exact opposite of what you were supposed to do.
I did exactly what she asked me to do.
Yes.
I love this shit.
What usually happens when you do exactly what a kindred asks you to do? Crook?
I don't get beat.
To be fair,
She's
you
very...
didn't actually say don't sleep with her.
It was implied.
She was very, very gentle. And I now have, and he just picks out of his pocket 3 or 4 different necklaces.
What?
And he puts them on the door handle across from her room.
Just for the sport of it.
Crook,
Yes?
you disappoint me.
I'm sorry, I'll get 5 next time.
Good.
Now,
Mm.
since I don't need to be here anymore,
Yes, you do.
I was going to head downstairs and relax.
Fine.
I will see you all downstairs once you're done.
Did you get a favour?
I got exactly what I wanted.
That
He
means
heads
no,
downstairs.
doesn't it?
He walks downstairs.
You know what, to be fair to him, that would be worth more than a favour.
With a face only a mother could love, yes. So,
Is Crook our bard?
you have a literal poet.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't try to sleep with everything. That doesn't make him bardly.
But yes. Inside the room, Alette will be stood. She will readjust some clothing so that it is even more open and suggest that Asta take a seat.
I will do so.
So, are you just as impressive as Lothar is?
internally alarmed, but hopefully outwardly like stony faced. I like to think so. In fact, more so, being of the female persuasion.
She will lean down. Well, Lothar managed to impress me. And she will whisper into Asta's ears, "What are you going to do to impress me? And I will give you a minor boon for such things." She will slide away and lay down on the bed.
God damn. Put me on the spot and shit.
What are you going to do to impress me?
What is my lady impressed by?
Impressive acts. Feats of great valor, feats of great stupidity.
Uh, the night I met my sire, I fought with a werewolf or changeling. What's the right word in this context? Asta would know, but Rachel does not.
Garrow.
Garu. I fought with a Garu and prevailed.
Can you show me you fighting another Garrow?
Potentially, there's apparently one in the area. Did you hear of the recent activity?
Yes, the animal attacks in the east. Sadly, they've lost a key figure to your clan to that.
Do I know about this?
You have not heard anything about who specifically died in the animal attack.
Whoa! So this is news to me. That would probably show on Asta's face that she didn't know that it was Adventure. And she'll ask the question: Do you know who it was that was extinguished in that attack?
She just looks very, very sad. We as a city ended up losing, well, you might not know him by name, but the Keeper of Traditions. Sadly,
I
he
think we.
was going to be having a young girl around to be mentored, and, well, sadly, Friedbert ended up falling to the claws and talons of werbeasts.
Why did I have to mention that in particular? Oh my god. Oh lordy, it's like slowly dawning on Asta, but she's doing everything to sort of keep it from her face or anything like that. She's just totally trying to be chill. Um, would my lady like me to hunt this creature? Oh, please say no. Is there anything else I can do to impress you?
If you were to bring me a werewolf pelt, that would be very impressive.
Challenge.
Fine, yes. Bring me the pelt of a werewolf that you and maybe even your companions have slain, and you get my favour. Otherwise, if you are wanting to look into this attack, feel free to do so. It's been, well, interesting to say the least. We've already heard news from Rembert about the fact that it isn't like most other Garrow attacks. They didn't ransack the place as much as you'd expect. So Rembert's looking into it all. You might want to talk to him.
I'll give her a bow and say, will that be all?
Bring me that pelt and you have my favour.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to this.
Balls to
We're all gonna die.
Okay, I'm gonna turn and leave. Yeah, I'm taking you all down with me. God damn it. I'm seriously not meaning to do this. I just keep blundering my way through life. It's kind of hitting close to home.
Same.
I will leave the room though and send in Balance, even though she hasn't asked for him.
Send in the pretty one.
Oh, there we
Little
go.
Arabic boy.
What was that?
As you wish. I'm sending in the pretty one.
The little Arabic boy.
So what, does Asta walk out and just shove Valens in?
She just sort of nods to you and kind of like moves out of the way of the doorway to sort of indicate that you're kind of wanted next. I don't think she's got the power of words at this moment in time.
Valent will just gulp and fix up his clothes, check his hair, and walk in.
She is laying on the bed, almost half undressing herself.
Fuck's sake. Are you quite alright?
Getting comfortable. I need to make sure I am comfortable in my own domain, at least.
I thought that K-Nights didn't feel warm.
Well, I do. I like to make sure that I'm actually comfortable. I want to make sure that I'm able to enjoy myself. And more than anything, I want to be impressed. Doesn't happen very often. So, anything that you think would be interesting for me to see or do? Anything you can show me?
Um,
I'm sure you've traveled quite a way. I'm sure there's a lot you can do to impress me.
um, hmm. Hmm.
I'll give you a minor favor if you manage to actually impress me. And we'll go from there. You've impressed plenty of people here. I'm sure you can do it to me as well.
How have I impressed people?
Hmm.
Do a sexy loot show. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yes. Yes.
You've impressed people by your etiquette and behavior.
Hmm.
And I'm hoping you'll impress me doing something similar.
I... Hmm.
You know I have siring rights at the moment.
Is that a threat?
It depends. Do you have anyone you think should be sired?
Um, as a Toreador,
You're
uh,
quite artsy. You do make some very finely crafted armor, and I'm sure Sostrato would love to see you join the clan.
good for him. He will pace a bit and rub his forehead. Um, Ivan writes good poetry.
Hmm. Maybe I will have to get hold of that a bit more often then. Fair enough. If you're not needing a favor, by the way, you may leave at any time. But I still offer it, should you impress me.
May as well.
Is there anything at all you're wanting to do to impress me?
I don't know what would impress you. I'm just me. Um,
Maybe you could make me something.
well, that's
Maybe
too
you
easy.
could. Hmm? Maybe you could entertain me for a while.
I'm a roll again.
Okay.
Difficulty?
6 minus your etiquette while dealing with this one.
3 successes, okay. Hmm.
There is nothing wrong with entertaining a woman. It's all I'm asking. But it's up to you to decide how you should keep someone happy. and keep someone interested.
I very specifically tried to have people not interested.
Hmm. Well done. You're smart. You might want to learn how to keep people interested in the right side of things. I want to make sure all of you people are good at keeping people interested in the things that aren't kindred around here. So, what isn't very kindred to do?
Breathe.
She smiles as she's breathing and blushing.
I know. That's why he said it. Have a pulse. Go out during the day.
If you manage to do that once you're sired, or if you get sired, then I'll be very impressed.
I'm going to get sired whether I like it or not.
Well, that could be my favour to you. Or maybe then you could impress me by not.
The only way I could not is if I was killed. And then where would that favour go?
Well, what a shame. An offer is an offer. You are being quite entertaining, at least for now. But I'm not sure I'm interested. Is there anything else that you're eager for here? You have your smithery. You have your random workers.
Allies.
Well, I will be yours and your master's ally, should you need it.
Are you sure about that?
All I need to know is where I need to send people.
Hmm. That depends on who people are.
My friends. I was invited here by the Toreador Primogen. I have plenty of people back in France I could call on to go and help your master with whatever it is he needs.
I'm...
I presume it's a he. If you have a matriarch, then even more interesting, at least.
I am unsure if your friends could assist. After
Is
all,
there
you don't even know
anything?
who my master is.
Well, I have friends who are loyal soldiers. I have friends who are renowned diplomats. I have friends who are masters of dark arts. I am sure I could find a friend that would suit your master's needs, whatever they might be.
There will be an eyebrow raised at Masters of Dark Arts. What kind of dark arts?
Now, that would be very much asking. What kind of dark arts does your master need?
Now that doesn't matter. I'm more asking so I know what your allies are.
Hmm. I'd say there's at least one ally in every... I want to say clan, but the clans aren't exactly unified, are they? Bar one, so they claim. Then again, maybe every clan says that they're one united body. So, I have allies everywhere. Depending on what your master needs, I can direct that ally there.
Hmm.
Maybe I don't want to send an ally there. Maybe I should send someone that your master can just keep.
Keep.
Imprison, torture.
He will
And
wince when she
dispose of.
says that.
If your master is that kind of person, then so be it. They might have use for that walking corpse, so to say. Yes, I am more than happy to try and deal with whoever it is you and Crook wants or do serve. They intrigue me. They interest me.
Why?
Because they're new and unknown. Just as I believe is the reason you impressed a number of people, because you are new and unknown. However, I've known similar things.
And what were the similar things?
Exceptionally violent and good at it. At the
That
same
sounds
time,
about right.
not exactly something that many people would like or trust. So, if you aren't wanting to part with an address, then I can't assist your friend. Can't assist your master. But it'll be interesting either way.
Hmm.
Your master. Just one thing if you're willing to share.
Yes.
Your master, is it a mage of some sort?
He will squint for a moment. I believe answering that question would give a little too much away.
And so does that answer. But fair enough. If you don't want to be direct, I'm fine with talking in circles.
You
Consider
already
this a
know the
gift to
answer,
you then.
don't you?
I only see what I can see. And you show quite a bit. Crook shares a lot,
Of course he
and
does.
has shared a lot in the past, even if not with me. So, you have been interesting. Enjoy your minor boon. Spend it wisely.
He will just blink.
She suddenly just moves to the door in the blink of an eye and opens it. Would all of you like to come back in? Do you have anything you all wish to talk about? A lot of you have been very entertaining.
I'll
Do I get any sense that she's implying more than just a polite sort of conversation? Is she like directing that at anyone in particular? Is there any kind of bob behind it where it implies she knows more about what's been going on than we've given her credit for?
The one she seems to direct it the most towards is Lothar.
Interesting.
I was just gonna go back in if she was inviting us in.
She is. She is inviting you all to enter her room and take seats again if you wish. Is
Sure.
there anything you wish to all discuss? Anything you're needing help with, after all? I don't think any of you here are, well, without at least some kind of favour from me.
Balance will just look at the other two.
No, I won't say anything. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Fine. If none of you want anything, so be it. And Asta, good luck with your problem solving. It is a shame to see someone go.
Asta looks really confused. What problem do you speak of?
The one you said you were going to look into with Rampart?
Ah, yes. That's more of a favor to you, my lady, if you're interested in it.
I am personally not interested in it. What has been done, but I would appreciate a little bit more fur to line my walls.
Of course. So not necessarily anything involved in this attack, but just a Garu pelt would satisfy you.
Yes.
Fabulous. I'm sure there's a few about we can dispose of.
If you want to start a war.
Their kind has
Asta
been at
looks
war
between
with us.
Valens and Alette, just kind of like, what? What?
Their kind has been at war with us for millennia, so I don't think it'll make much of a difference.
Do I get a sense that she's messing with me at all?
I'm pretty sure she's toying with all of us right now.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know if Asta would know that.
Give me a second. Right. So.
Rob, was she not using presents at all with Valens?
Nope. She has specifically not used presents on anyone here.
Wow. Also, is she dressed now? Or did she
She
just...
is. She is
okay.
still mostly dressed.
Oh, okay. So,
Mostly.
so... So Asta left the room. Valens went in. Conversation happened. Then Alet's at the door, partially naked.
She has loosened clothes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine then.
Heat, 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 heat.
Valens will still look impeccable.
Don't mind me. Rolling some dice somewhere else.
Are you using your secret dice bot?
I might use a super secret one somewhere.
Are you using the other one from the other server?
Maybe.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, will you please roll me your wits and empathy, please? Difficulty 6.
Wits
Okay.
is 3, empathy is 3, so that's 6, and then difficulty 6, and then spec. That is 3 successes.
You get the idea that
3.
you both get the idea that she is being sincere in the fact that she is concerned that a kindred has died. She might be being a bit coy with sending off a neonate to go look into a thing that someone else of much more experience is already looking into.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't get any impression that she knows exactly what it is that I've done.
You do not get any impression that she knows what Asta has done.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
So, is no one going to come in then?
They both came in.
I think we all take
Yeah,
a seat.
I went in.
She will sit back on the bed. Is there anything then that I can do for any of you? Anything you're needing or wanting information on?
I am going to be investing a fair amount in something here. Is there anything that you can suggest?
Are you wanting it to succeed?
Preferably.
You wanting these two to work for it?
I hadn't considered that.
Well, you could always try and compete with the Tremere.
No.
A lot of people say that. You could always try and budge one of the people out of the guilds and try and take their place. You deal with metal, I'm sure you can deal with wood or something as well. I'd advise staying away from wooden sculptures. There's no real money in it after someone just makes things and throws them at people for nothing.
Noted.
Silver jewelry already has a master at work here, but acquiring silver is a bit more risky. Um, Everyone always needs a pawn shop. There's always someone that wants to sell something.
I'm pretty sure the Nosferatu have that covered.
There's not too many of them. And it's not just the Nosferatu owned pawn shops. The Ventra have got their fingers in that as well. And a few Bruja have reclamation as their job title.
Then I would likely step on too many people's toes with that.
Could go into construction. There's only one person who does that here.
Maybe.
Oh. I will leave it up to you. Otherwise, I've given you a few suggestions, but I'd say construction is a good idea to start with. Just make sure it's construction on a lower end. You might just want to become a land baron.
Fair enough. Your input has been appreciated.
Good. What about you two? Do you need any suggestions for where to find your next combat? Your next war?
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, it's been too long. I don't want to fall out of practice.
In that case, you're probably going to want to join the next band of mercenaries that all go and attack Nuremberg again. It happens bi-monthly, and usually the pay is decent. Otherwise, you might want to try and get in with the local mayor or courts all around Bavaria. Rosenheim is always looking for more people to try and pass over the Alps. If you've got time on your hands, then run a few caravans through there. But no matter what, you're obviously risking your life for money.
So this mercenary band, I'm assuming that's a kind band of mercenaries.
Mostly.
I'm just
Mostly.
So, do they operate at night?
Most of the ones got to work at night. I believe there is a single man who's based a bit further east of Nuremberg that's endlessly wanting to get back at them for something. Hit by a cannon at one point, or nearly hit by a cannon. Passionate fellow. He'll probably be able to give you night work.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice.
Yes, Nuremberg might be your best bet for a direct fight. And I presume that Lothar is wanting to stay local and keep Ivan safe. Quite admirable.
It's preferable. Now that Ivan is getting himself settled and making a name for himself. It's not fair to keep dragging him around after myself.
Why not take to the stage then with your athletic abilities and your dashing good looks? I'm sure you'd be able to be a decent centerpiece to some of the work he has to do.
I wouldn't want to embarrass him. I'm no performer.
Fair enough. Well, other than that, to stay local and get into fights, you might just want to go and start winning bets. But it's not exactly the life of someone of high station, is it? You're not going to get yourselves knighted just going around and fighting proxy wars against Nuremberg and getting into bar fights.
Yeah, that's a absolutely fair point.
Well, if you're both desperate for knighthoods, why not go on a quest for some holy relic? Pilgrimage to whatever area of the Holy Land people consider most holy right now, or visiting some temple somewhere.
Yeah, find a coconut and I'm away.
There are plenty of lords looking for additional protection in these ever shortening nights. And being protected by a lord is quite useful when you have the church after yourselves.
Looks to Lothar.
Not looking at anybody.
So, I think that's all I can do to help you all. I believe that you all might want to depart. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your lordly, knightly, and bar-fightingly duties.
Valens will smirk.
And make sure that your friend downstairs pays in full.
If he doesn't, I will.
I'll thank Alette for all of her time and not react to what might have been a jest at his expense. But he's not quite sure if it was, so he's just gonna be like, "Thank you."
I look forward to seeing all of you again.
As do I, and give her a really low bow. And then I'll leave.
She will dash past you all and open the door. She moves with exceptional speed.
Are the necklaces still on that door handle outside in
Yes.
the hall?
They are. She will see them.
I might just hand them back to her, saying, I think these belong to you.
These two belong to me. That one can belong to you.
Oh,
To me?
Yes. Enjoy.
on it.
Rob,
Oh.
Yes.
you know how you said that
Dark
she moved
Ages
with exceptional
eBay.
speed?
Mhm.
How many dot celerity speed would that have been?
I think 4.
Jesus Christ!
Heckin' heck.
See, exceptional speed is 1 dot celerity. Moving as though you are a train is 4.
Yikes. She quick.
But is she thick? I'm disappointed in myself.
I'm not. I love you even more. She's so quick.
Cool. Well, if she wants me to have the necklace, I'll hang on to it for the time being.
Maybe you should give it to
Okay.
Ivan.
Asta won't even look slightly jealous.
Valens will smirk at Lothar as he says that.
You
Went
said that
to
out
see a
loud?
let.
Yes.
All I got was paranoia. Oh my god. Did you actually say that out loud?
Yes.
I will then, if you say that out loud, then I'll say that I will take it to one of these pawn shops you are all talking about, because Ivan has a lot of expenses with all of the ink and the paper and the candles and everything, and everybody stop looking at me.
Does he say that?
Yeah.
Valens will blink a few times and then just go, so she just gave you a gift and you're gonna go and sell it straight away?
I am.
It's a beautiful necklace. I'm sure somebody will love this, but Ivan doesn't wear jewelry.
Give it to your sweetheart when you finally meet her.
That is a very good point.
I don't have sweethearts.
Ivan might.
Then give it to a very nice whore. There are plenty downstairs. You don't have to have a sweetheart if you have other things that are sweet.
This is not a conversation Lothar is enjoying. He will clam up a bit, just sort of try to diminish himself.
Like, I wish you could have like a label, like a name tag that says Lothar the Chaste, like your full name, and just to be able to point to your surname, like the Chaste. Oh, dude. Pretty bad etiquette to say it in front of her, though. She did just give you a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he's 100% entirely flustered.
Valens will be smirking slightly. Then notice he's doing
You,
it, and
you're a cruel lord.
I learned from the best.
That one I did not say out loud. It's just me personally ribbon balance. Just saying.
You deserve it.
Enjoy your travels. I'll be sure to clean up. She will slowly close the door once you have all left the room.
Valens does a formal bow to her before leaving.
She stops closing the door and does a low curtsy.
Nice.
Nice.
Closes the door.
I will go downstairs. I assume you guys will too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a crook sat with another drink who looks extremely relaxed in a very large, comfortable chair.
Crook?
You took your time.
Crook, we need to talk.
What?
You've been talking too much.
Have I?
Apparently so.
What have I been saying? All I did is say that our old master is off in some far-off place and sent us here.
Let's talk at home. Crook.
Ooh, you're in trouble. You're so in trouble.
Right. Fair enough.
You're going to want to finish your drink.
Downs drink and goes, puts it back on the side. The person behind the bar will say, I hope you all come back soon. Your company is always welcome here.
Is there any outstanding bill? And she'll look towards Crook.
There are no outstanding bills for anyone in your party.
Valens seems to relax slightly when he hears that.
You head out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
The only person around is a single vagrant across the street who effectively has a small pewter tankard just in his hand, resting on his knee as he's sat on the floor with his knees up, huddled under a blanket in this winter night.
Does it look like it has a drink in it, or is it just begging?
You cannot see from here. It is dark outside other than directly in front of this building.
Yeah, but Auspex.
How many dots and specs?
2.
You'll be able to see that there appears to be a tiny, tiny bit of something inside that. But not much.
Do they look like a homeless person?
They are definitely a vagrant. They are definitely homeless.
Then Valens will take out some of his coins and just walk over and drop them next to him.
He just very, very slowly kind of turns his head to look at it and just kind of nods very, very slowly towards Valens.
He will nod back and then go back to the group.
That was very generous of you.
You'll see this very much unkempt man have his hands slowly stretch out from underneath the blanket that doesn't have the cup in it to then pull the coins underneath the blanket.
It's cold.
Is that? Well, at least I think so. It doesn't really seem to bother me as much as it would have.
It may mean he gets to survive another winter. Well then, marches
In what direction?
towards home.
Bless you.
Bastard.
Balance
Thank you.
has shown his slightly softer side. I need to check if this is a path roll.
Asta was just gonna like have a whole conversation with you about isn't it better to offer him work, like, and kind of like get into like the social inequity and stuff, and she's just realized that she doesn't care that much.
That's fine, that's
Amazing.
fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, and that's fine. Okay, good. No issues with path.
There is to note, he is someone in need.
Wait. Is that on my road? That might be my Rachel showing. Path of chivalry.
He hasn't asked for anything, but he is definitely someone in need.
Duty to protect the weak. So I don't see him as like in peril or anything like that. Suppose protect him from the elements. Bring him inside. Balance, let him stay in your house.
I don't have a house. I should probably get a... I can afford a house. Why don't I have a house?
Because you've been
You can
hiding
afford a
in your
house?
room.
I should probably have a house. He will look to Crook. Crook,
Yeah?
if I get a house, do you want to live in it?
No.
But it's too big for just me.
Then get a dog like Asta. Or get a small house.
Why would I get a small house?
Buy a hostel.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's a good idea, Crook.
I don't want to live with you anymore. I've had to live with you long enough. Finally
Oh.
had my independence from you.
Oh, really?
Well, not very much independence, but still.
Didn't I hear something about Valen spending time in a cell because of you, Crook?
Yes.
It happens.
And me getting stabbed because of him. And me
We-
having to pay to get us out. And then beat a guy around the head for him.
Next time, I won't try and get nice smelling things for you.
Crook.
Found.
She knows.
I don't think she does.
She sure as hell sounded like she did.
What do you think she knows?
Yes. What do
he
you
is.
think she knows? What does she know?
I assume that you guys are just following after as he is marching off ranting at Crook.
Yep. Oh, hell yeah. I'm interested in this conversation.
She knows what he is, Crook.
I don't think so. She seemed to think he was some kind of magic Tremere thing.
He is a magic thing, Crook.
Well, a lot of things are magical. These two are magical. I'm sure the church is magical in some places.
Gentlemen, just before you go any further, you are aware that the walls have ears, essentially.
Have we said who we're talking about?
No, I'm just letting you know before you do reveal anything. Just made aware of how closely we're being watched when we're in the city quite recently.
You are quite paranoid.
Just because I'm paranoid does not mean they're not after you.
After me?
You. It's a
One,
song.
it's a Nirvana lyric, but yeah, sorry, had to. But yeah, like just because you're a little paranoid doesn't mean necessarily there isn't a risk. Like I almost convinced myself I saw birds following me the other day.
Oh, they were following us.
You see what I'm saying?
They're birds, they saw people, they want food.
I was told if I wanted to have a private conversation, I should stab the corners.
Oh yes, in case there are Nosferatu.
It's
Yeah.
a
Fair
good
point.
idea.
Fair point. Very fair point. Besides, I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of the new Tremere being in town anyway.
Okay. And is that what you're so concerned about them finding out, that there's a Tremere that's related to you somehow? I'm so confused.
Good. And he will
Okay.
continue to march on. I'm
You
sorry, guys.
What time of night is it, by the way? Like, where are we in terms of needing to go to bed?
It is probably only midnight, considering this is effectively the first thing that was being done.
No, it's not, Rob.
What else happened beforehand?
The
Hide the
body
body.
being...
Go to the
Yeah,
body,
yeah.
In that case,
Go
it's
get
probably about 2 a.m.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of time. Unless it's going to derail anything too significantly, me and Lothar had a little bit of an idea about what we wanted to do. Just as an errand that we wanted to run.
What is the errand?
To go to Elysium and speak to Stoke.
Ah, yes, you should probably do that.
Mm-hmm. Lothar has no idea that Asta is neck deep in it. But yeah, I think a good idea would be to be like, help!
And him to just go, no.
Yeah, right? Totally. But I do have a favour to cash in on, so hopefully it's big enough that he can at least offer me some protection, maybe. Or at least give me some advance warning if my name comes up, and then I can do a bounce.
Now that is a thing you can ask. And aw, a thing that I 3D printed just snapped. That sucks.
No!
I think I heard that.
Yeah, you
And
did.
me too.
I made a health counter thing and it just snapped.
Ooh.
That
Sadness.
sucks. Oh well.
Much sadness.
I'll
Was
just
it a design flaw or was it a oopsie moment?
It's just very thin.
Mm.
They're not meant to be printed on resin printers, but I thought I would anyway.
Really?
Just
That's
make it
designed for
thicker.
FDM?
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Fair enough.
But it's okay, I can resin glue it back together.
And I'm
Yeah.
just here with a large number of trees.
Enjoy your trees, you only have 4 of them. So
Bigger
far.
Out
than
of
the hand
context,
before.
that is such a good line. And I'm here.
Yeah. So, Valens and Crook, are you just wanting to remain inside that house?
There
Or
will
the
be
Smith?
much shouting happening to Crook.
Okay.
He's basically going home for a bolligan.
Yes, very much so.
Oh dear.
Very specifically.
Is
He
there
is-
going to be much disappointment? Or is it just all anger? Are you angry or are you disappointed?
He is afraid, so he's angry.
Oh no. Oof.
Because he's not allowed to be afraid. Not
Do
that
you
that...
actually want to roleplay the shouting at Crook, or do you just want to roll your charisma and intimidation? In fact, strength and intimidation.
Why strength?
Nice.
Okay, sure. Does potence count?
Yes, potence gives automatic successes, and this is exactly
Okay,
why.
2. And... Intimidate, did you say?
Yes.
Okay,
Also,
4.
my presumption of using strength is the fact that this is probably going to be a bit more than just shouting to make sure Crook definitely listens.
Ooh, I would rather roll a self-control thing for that first, because...
You might go too far.
Sure. Roll
more
yourself self-control.
difficulty, just because he's still his brother.
In that case, what would happen to the actual biological half-brother?
That's not the point. That
But-
thing deserved to be dead. Crook has already been hurt, and Valens hasn't hurt him at
Wow.
any point.
If Valence feels that he has already been hurt and wouldn't hurt him, then I will ask for it to be charisma and intimidation.
Okay, that means I get a lot of bonuses. Great. 3, 4, 5. Difficulty.
Difficulty is going to be... This is Crook, considering his already situation. It's going to be difficulty 5 base.
Okay, so that's a -1, then there's a -2. And
What's the -2 from?
not Bardic Gift, the other one. If it isn't the Bardic Gift, hang on. It's one of them.
Because I'm not sure commanding aura would be useful here unless you are directly
It's not
telling him
commanding
what he
aura,
must be
Rob.
doing.
It's burning aura.
Okay.
There is burning aura and there is Bardic Gift. Bardic Gift subtracts 2 from any social rolls that include speaking, poetry, music, or song. And since it is speaking, dude. So, if commanding doesn't count, then it's only the -2.
So it's difficulty 3.
3. God damn it, let me type. 5, difficulty 3, spec. Bonk.
Where
6
is it?
successes.
Where
I
did
did
you
it in the
roll it?
dice roll test instead of the normal dice rolling. God damn it.
Whoopity.
I hate you for doing that, but fair enough.
I'm sorry, we have like 4 things here. I didn't mean to.
How many successes?
6.
Okay, that's the difficulty for him. He is not a gibbering mess, but he has definitely learned his apparently just don't discuss his history. He is here now, and here is the only thing that matters.
For the sake of their safety, it's the only thing that matters.
Mhm.
Because if the Tremere find out, then what their master did to them will be nothing compared to that.
Yep. So they have been told. So, what is going to happen with Asta and Lothar? And is Valen's going to try and leave the sad, probably somewhat crying Crook and do anything else?
I am pretty sure that Valens will calm down and try to console the Crook.
All right. For now, Astra and Lothar, you are heading towards Elysium.
Yes.
Um, I again because I think that we're being watched at all times, or at least I'm operating under the assumption that we're being watched. I'm not gonna talk about any particular concerns I have. But I will discuss what the town crier was saying. And did you hear about the animal attack out east?
Isn't that what Caroline told us about?
No,
Or am I completely on the wrong
east
track?
of the city rather than east outside the city, if that makes sense. So inside the city, but easterly.
Ah.
Because Alette is obviously expanded on that with me in the room, but I don't think you've twigged yet. So I just kind of want to skirt around that topic.
Just real quick, how do you actually spell Arlette?
Just opening that.
Sorry.
I want to see if I guessed right.
I want to see if I guessed right. I spelled it Arlette.
Ooh, I got one letter wrong. I thought it was Alette, not Arlette.
There's an R
Wait,
I
this whole
know.
time.
Did I do
what's
it
her
right?
surname?
Yep.
Yee!
What's her surname? How's that spelled?
Her surname is spelt. Go on.
You know how it's spelled. Not you, Rachel.
LaCroix.
Ah.
Favors.
So it's not like the sparkling water.
Okay.
On the note of favors, let me make sure that's written down.
What did you do for a favor, Lothar? What happened there? Totally spaced out.
Oh, I told Valens that it was impolite to discuss that, and I forgot that you weren't there when I told him that. So I'll like that was me telling you like that verbatim.
Okay.
But essentially invited her round to show her a display, like a sword fighting what's the word? Not performance, but something along, those lines.
Mm-hmm. Like a showcase.
Exactly. You were so eloquent.
It's not eloquent. There's just there's another word for it that I can't think of, which is totally disproving my point. I just have good recall of vocabulary as opposed to like being good at making pretty sentences. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm good at remembering words and using them in
Yeah.
context and correctly, but I don't remember what they mean if anyone asks. So usually I'll say a thing and then just respond to myself with, what does that mean?
Then I'll usually have to tell you that you use that in the right context.
Woo.
Will
Cool.
both of you please roll me your perception and alertness? Difficulty is 8. Take away difficulty for levels in Auspex.
Yeah, I got none. Perception and awareness was that?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
How
I
many
thought you
dots
said
in...
alertness.
It is perception and alertness. Awareness is for supernatural.
Alertness. That's why I was like, I've got dots, but it's alertness that I'm supposed to be looking at. Apologies. So that's 3 perception and 2 alertness, and difficulty is 6. Was that?
Difficulty is 7. Take away any...
Oh, that's why. Sorry, I'm looking at Winnie's roll.
We need to have
Nice.
Valens have a talk with Lothar,
Yeah.
and they can have a heart-to-heart about the whole witch situation.
100%, yes.
Your mommy issues, defo.
Yes.
Lothar has how many dots in Auspex?
2.
2. So it would have been difficulty 5.
Oh, I thought you said it was
Oh,
difficulty
it's
8.
one more success there. That's 3
Oh.
successes.
I think I did say it was difficulty 8.
It doesn't make a difference to my roll if
Yeah.
the difficulty's harder, so we're all right.
I did go with difficulty 8. Apologies.
Whatever.
So, both of you will notice as you leave on the eastern side heading towards Elysium that there is a crow that is just perched on top of the tower and appears to have a smaller crow, a fledgling crow, next to it. And they just appear to be looking out of the city. And they will caw once as you step through the gate.
Oh,
Oh, they greeted you,
that's
I
nice.
think. Oh, they said goodbye.
Are they looking down once they call?
They
Like,
are
are they
not.
looking towards our direction?
They are not. They are looking straight out towards
Yeah.
the wilderness.
Okay.
Lothar, when you see this, you will get a feeling of impending horror and impending violence.
I didn't that tracks with what the reason that I wanted to go with Asta to Elysium rather than by myself. I'm afraid Stoke might try to kill me.
Why would Stoke try and kill Lothar?
Just suspect of him being my blood brother, that I think he might want to, like, if there's a chance, like if I was like alone and he saw a chance, he might try to kill me.
Okay.
So that makes total sense in my mind.
Are you going to
And
mention
I'm very glad that I'm there with Asta. I will say, like, you know, I'm very glad that she is coming to Elysium with me.
Why?
Just have those crows are a very bad omen. Ravens, birds.
What do you mean? Be more specific about what you mean. And she'll like be very, very intense.
Just when you might think it's hocus pocus, but I just have a sense that there could be death coming soon.
One is always wise to listen to the omens. I don't think we should go ahead with this.
Would
We
you
shouldn't go to
like to
Elysium.
instead come to visit my house?
Yes.
I think you wanted to have a conversation with me before, and things took a turn earlier, so...
Yeah. I don't think it would be a good idea to go against this omen. I thank you for the invitation. Let's go now.
All right, well, we'll change direction and head back to my place, madam.
I'll keep an
You,
eye out, like a super paranoid eye out for anything I can see.
you about turn,
Hmm.
and just immediately after entering, you turn around and start to return back. So, you head back to Lothar and Ivan's house, and you enter. There is a Ivan sat in the front room, um, holding on to his side, and he appears quite pale.
Okay, I'm going to go into medic mode and check on him and see why is he holding his side and what's happened and what's going on.
I was going for a walk back after doing a number of deliveries of writings, and someone decided they wanted my coin purse. Most of it's closed up thanks to what you've given me, Lothar. He just smiles meekly and kind of leans onto them. So I'm sure in another day's rest it'll be gone. Though I am feeling hungry, so I should probably have something to eat. And he just winces and kind of buckles over on the area that appears to have been gently stabbed.
Gently stabbed.
Can I get him like onto a chair or whatever sort of bench that we've got in the house and offer some blood to try to help him heal?
Okay. He will gladly take the blood. How much do you wish to feed him?
Is 2 points too many?
2 points should be fine to keep him able to function.
Okay, I've taken them off my sheet.
So he is given blood, and you watch as he closes up the wound on his side. It leaves a faint scar.
Is there any other injuries like beyond that?
He has scuffed hands, but they also heal up quite easily.
Okay. Does I'll let him rest before I start interrogating him about who did it, so I can hunt them down.
How many dots in medicine do you have?
2 ticks. Wait, let me check. Sorry. Yes, two dots. I meant 2 ticks so I can check, but I have 2 dots.
Oof.
What is oof?
Just the message.
Oh, okay.
And I swear to God I can hear the cat eating something. Laura, do you know what she's eating?
I'll go check now.
Is she actually eating a food that I gave her ages ago? One sec, I'm just gonna go hunting for the cat. Can you just...
I'll do it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Should we have like a quick comfort break?
Yeah.
Oh, she's
like
here.
5
Why
minutes.
is she here? Hello? What were you
I
just
need like
doing?
I need to refresh my drink and stuff, so maybe we'll have like 5 minutes.
Bet you she was. Right, sure. We'll have 5 minutes. We can work out what people's medicine skills are.
Okay.
Right, back in 5.
Cool.
God, don't let him die. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yo. Just talking about the pottery scene from Ghost and the amazing parody in Community.
I
Boop.
still haven't watched Community.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fun.
We rewatched it on our lunches from work like the past few months, and now we're on to The Office again.
Have you seen Arrested Development, Winnie?
Yes.
I love that show so hard. When I first fell in love with the lady who plays Mallory Archer. She's essentially the same character in Arrested Development, except
Oh
not a
God,
spy.
she's such a great character in Arrested Development. Oh my God.
See, you saying that it's the same character pretty much makes me kind of want to watch that show.
It's so good. She's so like, she's horrific. She's absolutely horrific. The whole show's just about horrific human beings, but it's so funny. And Michael Cera is like 14 in it. He's so weird. Such a weird kid. Like this is from Arrested Development. This gif. It pretty much sums up his whole character. His character's actual name is George Michael.
Poor guy.
He's so cute. Cute little alien dude.
So just because Lothar has seen the way that Valens has bandaged up his own leg before, I will mention that you're aware that Valens can do first aid.
Oh yes. I've got a bit of field medicine under my belt as well, but I know where to go if I need help.
Yee.
Thank you.
Mhm.
So,
Yes.
you have a Ivan lying down who's just healed up his side. The area has got a minor scar but appears to be red and a bit blotchy.
Do I need to roll any medicine or anything?
How many dots in medicine do you have?
2.
Intelligence and medicine, please. At difficulty. Right now, difficulty 8.
I've got a 1. I was going to ask, would my true love merit help for this? No, that's just willpower rolls, I think. Never mind.
If you need to will yourself to do something, it will become easier.
Okay, cool. Well, I've got 1 success for the medicine and intelligence.
Also, just to note, what is everyone's nature and what do they use to regain willpower, just in case you've regained anything for the last couple of scenes?
Eye of the Storm.
Okay.
Bravo.
Trickster.
I don't think it's applied.
Hi, kitty cat. Please
What
don't
was it
try
for
and eat me
Asta?
sandwich.
Trickster.
Trickster.
Make
What
people
was it?
feel better in the situation.
Now is your time, Asta.
Well, true. I'm not down any willpower though, to be fair.
So, with your 1 success, looking at what's left of the wound, there might be some kind of foreign body that's still inside him that he's now healed over.
Yeah. Okay, like a shard of the knife or something. Or like some of his shirt. Right. I'm quite glad Asta's here because I might need her help. I think I'm gonna have to do some field surgery.
Ivan just looks panicked. Wait, what?
Can I try to? Oh, Asta, can you calm him for me?
Sure thing, like supernaturally calm him.
Yeah.
Can I do that with presence 2 dots?
With
I don't know if
present
it's
what?
the first or second. I've got 2 dots in presence. Can I achieve that with that level of skill?
The first dot, you should be able to change his mood slightly.
Okay. I will give that a shot then.
Just going to make sure I open it up because I am never going to be familiar with the rules for this.
Mislaid my phone, which is what I use to check my character sheet. 1 second. Oh, there it is.
Okay. So presence is page 235. Lets the vampire capture the attention of those around her. The victims are drawn to the vampire and can't help themselves from trusting her, laughing at her jokes. Vampire commands their attention and shapes it to suit their needs. Mm, You choose what impression Asta wishes to give of herself to Ivan right now.
Could that be like a wholly common presence, like something when you look at it, it just chills you out and kind of distracts you?
You can choose to be calming and reassuring, yes.
Yeah, that's what I choose.
Okay.
And I'm gonna when I make my way over there, I'm gonna pick up whatever Ivan's been working on recently. I'm gonna sit down and activate obviously the presence to make him calmer, but also try and distract him by reading out pieces from his poetry to kind of, no, this might be, I don't know this. Asta wouldn't know that that would distract Lothar. So it's just to sort of demonstrate my reading skills. It'll be dead broken and kind of like struggling over words and stammering and stuff, but just to kind of distract him and keep his attention on me by engaging his writer brain.
All right. In that case, will you please roll me your charisma and performance at difficulty 7?
Mm-hmm.
You need at least one success to be able to get his attention.
Charisma and performance, was that?
Charisma and performance.
And then it was difficulty 7.
Yes.
2 successes.
Damn.
So, Lothar, first
Yeah.
things first.
I'm so sorry. This was a terrible idea.
No, it's you wouldn't know, like you said.
Right. Do you wish to spend a willpower to resist the effect of presence, Lothar?
Yes.
You spend a willpower? Oh, actually, no, you don't spend a willpower. You make a willpower roll. So the difficulty is meant to be 8, but your true love merit is in effect.
Yes.
So the difficulty is 6 on your active willpower. This is to resist presence itself.
4.
Well done. You are exceptionally successful. Because I believe that ends up being... Oh no, that is still just 4. Because spec. So, you resist it. Now, will you also make me a self-control roll
Mm-hmm.
at difficulty 5 upon realizing that this is Ivan's work? And that this is well-made poetry, even if it isn't being spoken the most eloquently.
Scheiße. Okay.
Do you wish to spend a willpower to ignore that flaw?
Yes, please.
You spend a willpower, and you are able to keep yourself focused as you will yourself to make sure you do this work.
Okay.
What is it that you're planning on doing?
I would have to reopen the wound, but in a clean line, whereas the wound itself might have not been so clean. And essentially try to extract whatever it is got left inside.
What kind of tools do you have available to yourself?
I might have to raid the kitchen.
Seeing what Asta's intending, she would also suggest bringing something for him to bite on. Seeing what other things intended.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go raid the kitchen, find like the strongest booze that I can, as a disinfectant slash anesthesia. Any kind of like wooden spoon that might be about, and the cleanest cutlery because we're going full medieval field medicine up in this house, sir.
Will you please roll me
Can I make a
your
point of contention? Just if Lothar has got any kind of medicine skill, surely you would have some sort of kit in your pack, no?
for surgery? Not so
I
much.
suppose.
Yeah,
field
not really.
medicine wouldn't
More
really
about
cover.
just like the bandaging up, splinting
Sure.
kind of thing, but
Okay.
not like.
Go have fun in the kitchen.
For this kind of thing, for having 2 dots in medicine, I would expect that you would have needle and some leather thread,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe some clamps to be able to hold things closed.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you will go into the kitchen and there will be a single already open bottle of liquor.
Excellent. I'll bring that with us.
There is maybe a quarter of it left.
Okay. Is there any other liquor, like wine or anything?
In this household, no.
Okay, then this will have to do.
There will probably be a fish knife somewhere, but that is the
Excellent.
best that you're going to be able to find. Will you please make a roll of wits and medicine? The difficulty for
What?
this is going to be 7.
2 success.
Okay. So with your fish knife and other assorted tools, you currently shove something wooden into his mouth and reopen the fresh scar tissue. And he is writhing around in pain and gripping onto your arm.
Can Asta come help hold him still? Because that's
I
not
would
going
already
to
be
help.
assisting. I would already be
Okay.
assisting. Like trying to keep him calm. Reading to him, speaking to him, holding these arms a little bit.
Okay. So
Okay, it's your lover's just slicing into your side. It's fine. It's going to be fine. You're not going to die of infection. It's all good.
with this fish knife, wooden spoon,
Right.
and basic sewing kit.
And you say septicemia?
That's what we're trying to avoid here.
Oh, and
True.
don't forget the quarter bottle of some mystery spirit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which could be like, I don't know, Irish cream for all we know.
I don't think they had that technology. to have that.
Advocat.
No, ma'am.
Oh dear.
Tis the
Even
season
me
and all,
is
but
pretty
no.
buggered.
Will you make me a roll of intelligence and medicine now at difficulty 7? As you have opened him up and now can try and find the foreign body.
Nope, cannot find.
Oh, holy shit. Can I just point out that Valence is like literally across the street and you know that he's got medicine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you getting stressed out? Because I will happily run across the street for you if you tell me to.
Yeah, I think with this failure massively, I'm gonna have to call for help.
Okay,
Don't mind me
I'll
just
run.
making sure I have 7 boxes worth of square paper ready.
Oh no.
I'll I'll run over to Valence. I'll probably pay very little attention about what I see on the street and just go straight over to Valence because it's literally across the road. So, do I see any lights on at the moment?
There is no
it lit up?
electricity.
No, I mean as in torches and as if you're actually in the forge part or whether you're upstairs asleep or But
We
he's
we
still
will be
shouting at
downstairs,
Crook.
and you will probably hear the shouting,
Okay,
considering how
okay.
much
Then
time
I'll
has passed.
I'll knock on the door. I won't like bray on the door, but I'll do a firm knock to be like, "Yo,
There will be
answer,
silence.
Balance, Asta."
You hear movement, and then a few minutes later, the door is opened.
Uh, we need your help. Something's happened to Ivan. Lothar's tried to fix it, but I suspect he's making it worse. He's worried. Can you help?
Uh, uh, yes. What happened?
He was stabbed in the street. Come, I don't want to give it all on the street yet. We're just across the road. If you've got any kit for helping with wounds and fishing out bits of weapons that might be still in there, I don't know. Please
Crook.
come.
Yeah. Right.
Um, get the bag.
Right. Which bag? The. Do I need to ring the murder bell?
No, not yet.
Right. Um. He goes and looks for the bag for putting people back together.
It was probably more a bag for taking people apart at one point.
He kind of nods and yeah, brings the bag. It is relatively heavy.
Valens will open it to check tools in it.
There are many torture tools in here.
Hmm. That'll do in a pinch.
He will essentially pull out a small, what is essentially a scalpel, and tap it against the tip of his finger, quite hard to see if it actually is sharp. Since he has fortitude, it doesn't really matter much.
Mhm.
I need to learn to breathe in sentences. If it is sharp, he will put it back in the bag, thank Crook, and run off.
Mhm.
Right now, thank Crook, pick up the bag, stand, and then, as he goes to walk out of the door, stop, look back at Crook and say, I'm sorry for overreacting. And then leave.
Crook just looks like a sad puppy.
Um. So Valence goes. I'm assuming Valence is going to go straight across the road and not pay much attention to what Asta's doing.
Mhm.
Does
Probably.
that mean I've got a moment alone with Crook?
You do have a moment alone with Crook as he gets ready to leave.
Um. Tiny favor, Crook, if you're willing.
Um. Sure.
I just need a message sent,
Excuse me.
possible, to somewhere that I don't feel comfortable going right now.
Where do you need it sending?
You know where Stoke hangs out?
Yeah.
Could you just tell him that I'd like to meet and that he should try and contact me?
I think he knows where you live, so he can go there. Sure, I'll go tell him that he needs to see you.
If you could be subtle about it, don't blab around, just tell Stoke and no one else, that would be appreciated. And then I'll turn out and leave.
Poor
Crook will
Crook.
go for a little walk.
Poor guy.
So, while those two or those three were having that conversation, Lothar, Ivan
Mm-hmm.
is on the table. You have the alcohol. He has not drank the alcohol yet. He has not had any alcohol applied to him yet, though the tools have probably been sterilized at least,
Yeah.
or at least to the best of their ability. Um, he is on the table and opened. You can't find anything. You have been looking to the point you probably got a bit frustrated with opening him up to look. He is pale and has cold sweats, and his motions are slowing down. What is it
Okay.
that Lothar wants to do at this point in time? You can just
Um,
try and close everything up, or you can continue to try and forage.
I think
What a
rather
word.
than yeah, rather than either of those, just what like I'll just try to I'll give him some of the liquor and try to get him to like stay conscious and let him know that help is coming and we'll put him right.
Okay, of the quarter of a bottle, so the probably 150 ml, how much alcohol do you want to give him?
Like just a shot's worth.
Okay,
Because I don't
so
want to make him like sick.
about 25 mil of it goes.
Yeah.
He has a shot.
Let's do shots.
You will then have Asta and Valens come in.
Okay. I'll tell Ivan that help is here and move so that Valens can have a clear like access to the patient. But like staying close by, like so that Ivan knows that I'm still there.
So what happened?
I'll quickly explain that Ivan was stabbed and I gave him some of my blood to help him heal. And when I did, the wound covered over and it looked like there was something still inside that could get infected and turn. So, but I can't find it. So I need help.
Right. Rob, what am I rolling?
What are you trying to do? Are you going to dive straight in and try and do something with this currently cut open man? Or are you wanting to analyze and take a bit of time?
Take a bit of time.
Will you roll me your intelligence and medicine, and I will
Please
put
move,
another.
cat. Please move. 5 difficulty.
Difficulty is 7.
Is he fully bleeding?
He is bleeding out at the minute.
Does Auspex matter at all?
Auspex.
Since I'm trying to look at things, and the first dot is senses.
Yes.
What does it do?
Auspex is going to. For every 2 dots you have, it lowers the difficulty by 1.
Okie dokie. 4 successes.
Go on, Balin.
Okay. So you look over what has been done, and there is a quite the rash and odd colour to the actual skin in this area where it appears to have been stabbed initially. You can very much see where the new wound is to where the old one was.
Mm-hmm. So what, was the blade coated in something? If it's
It could have been.
irritated like that, then... Sorry, I'm not my character.
Yeah. You'll notice that he winces when the new wound is touched, but not where the old wound is touched. It's almost as if it's numb.
Right. Okay, so first can I try to stop the bleeding?
You would likely have to close this entire thing up. But you
Okay.
can try, yes. It will be wits and medicine to try and reduce the bleeding.
Oh god. Okay. Do I still get the Auspex difficulty lowering?
We're taking that into consideration, the fact that you searched with 4 successes. I'm going to call the difficulty to this one 6 instead of 8.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, that is 3 successes.
2, 3, 2.
3.
Yeah, you put
One of them's a
back
10.
on.
Well, 2 of
Yep.
them are a 10.
Okay. So, you're able to close up. So he's not bleeding heavily anymore. However, he does seem to still now be barely conscious. Do you wish to make me a perception
Yep.
and medicine?
3. Difficulty.
Difficulty is 6.
Okay, and since I
With
have... Well, since it's a perception roll, do I get 2
yes, you do.
difficulty taken down?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so difficulty 4.
It is.
3.
Oof.
So
Don't botch. Don't botch.
you can see that around a lot of this flesh, there is a thick silvery substance.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, shit. Right.
What?
I know what this is.
Does Valens know or does Laura know?
Valens knows.
Okay,
will
please
know.
tell.
Valens will reach into his pocket, pull out a little vial, and compare it. Rob, is it the same thing?
It does seem to be extremely similar.
Well, shit.
What is that?
That is mercury.
That's not good for anyone. That kills everything it touches.
Yeah.
It's also a
Right.
cure for syphilis, or that what they thought was, which is just random. How bad is syphilis if you want to inject yourself with mercury? Like, to be honest.
Right. So what would I do for this, Rob?
Try and remove whatever fluid you can, and then try and deal with whatever it's already caused after the fact.
Okay.
It's in his bloodstream.
Right. Asta, I need liquids.
Yep, on it. I'm sure there's a water butt outside or something.
He will have to reopen the old wound, I guess.
One thing to note is it's quite the heavy material,
Uh-huh.
so rinsing it away isn't necessarily going to work.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing, and it's more to keep him hydrated.
What is Valens's academics?
Don't we need
3.
something to like soak it up first, like a sand or like sawdust or something to actually like cling on to the material and then remove it that way? That's Rachel speaking. Asta probably wouldn't know that.
Will anyone with an academics of 3 or
Yep.
higher
Nope.
roll me intelligence and academics at difficulty 8? If anyone has any specialisms in alchemy, they may get an extra dice.
Specialisms only come at 4 dot, Rob.
I know.
1 success.
Go on.
Oh, bless you.
So, you know that mercury is a metal.
Uh-huh.
To make it so it can actually dissolve and be both easier to clear, but also easier for it to go into the bloodstream, changing it into a salt would end up being the best. And the way of changing a metal into a salt is to apply acid of some sort.
Do
Need
I have
acidic substance.
anything acidic in my torture bag?
It doesn't even need to be massively acidic, does it? Like,
Roll me resources.
What with
At
resources?
difficulty-
Just resources on its own?
Yes, and
Okay.
because of it being the small bag, difficulty 8.
2.
You have a small bit of what is some kind of creature's stomach acid.
we use a diluted version, or does it have to
Yep,
be?
that's what I was
Can we
thinking.
not? Yeah. So let's. Again, this is Rachel.
Right. Has someone come
so
back to
hard
me
'cause
with
Asta
water
wouldn't know
yet?
this. Yeah.
Valens will
I
have
went outside.
Valens will have taken off his shirt and just be wearing an undershirt and have his sleeves up.
So,
Full on doctor mode.
Ivan appears to be on the edge of passing out. You have acid, and you have copious amounts of water.
I will mix the acid with some of the water so that it just makes more acid that's a bit closer to neutral, and pour it over it.
Okay, you do so.
Mm-hmm.
Ivan is going to wince very, very much and is going to then pass out. However, there is now an acid burn on this wound, and you will see as effectively the silver substance changes to a more red substance. You have celerity, don't you?
Yes.
Will you please roll me your dexterity?
Mm-hmm.
Dexterity and medicine, please, at difficulty 7.
Auto successes from celerity?
Auto successes from celerity.
3 successes.
Okay.
Come on,
So-
balance the ER doc.
You watch as this substance, for the most part, changes to a salt and dissolves,
Mm-hmm.
and then quickly just bucket onto it
Mm-hmm.
to wash away as much as you can and make it so that as much comes out. A lot of blood will pour out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Not good.
I'm on hand to be the
Good in
donor.
terms of it flushing from the wound as opposed to taking any of the salt into the bloodstream because we've got bigger issues if that happens.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
So Ivan is now unconscious,
Okay.
and the wound has been flushed. The substance has been made so it can dissolve, and it's been flushed. What is the next move that you think needs to happen?
He needs more blood.
Yeah, I'm here to be the donor.
Lothar, give him some blood.
On it.
Is there a limit for how much you can give him in a day, or is that?
There is, but you're not necessarily aware of that at this point.
Out of character, isn't that 5?
Out of character, that's equal to his stamina.
What's his stamina,
Is it?
Lothar?
I don't
Lothar
know.
does actually have his stats. Well, when when he has his stats, Lothar doesn't necessarily.
Could you imagine that? Just him holding out a scroll, just like, you're quite dexterous.
Just wait 1 sec, let me check his stamina.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure that Lothar should very much know what his stamina is.
Hey. Not the time or the place. But I respect it.
Sorry.
Who wishes to?
Because we started the episode in a brothel. I'm sorry.
Who wants to
Yes.
close him up so that he isn't losing more blood before being filled up again?
I would
Me.
relish the opportunity to, because I feel like I've been super useless. But it depends if Lothar jumps in there first or Valens, apparently.
Are you any good at stitching people?
No, I
up?
thought meant just like giving him blood would like heal the wound, would it not?
It will
Oh.
help with that. Right, Asta, I
So
need
someone
you
stitch it up first.
to hold this wound closed whilst I sew it together.
Yeah, this I will
Okay.
do.
So Asta is able to assist, meaning the difficulty is going to go down by 2. So the
Yee.
difficulty for closing this up was going to be 7. It's now 5.
Okay, intelligence medicine?
Intelligence and medicine. No, it's meant to be wits and medicine for doing the quick surgery to close this up.
Okay. If it's meant to be quick, do I get an extra thing for celerity?
I will give you an extra success for your 1 dot in celerity.
Excuse me. And what difficulty did you say?
Difficulty is now 5.
For
Hmm,
5 successes.
not even a scar.
You close him up. And who wishes to top him up? And how much do you
Me.
wish to top him up by?
I was just gonna start with just 1 dot, just to like try to stabilize him, because I've already given him 2, so I don't want to do too much.
Okay. So you have given him 1. You're going to give him another 1 or another 2?
She gave him 2 first, or he gave
Yeah.
him 2 first, and now 1. Like before we did the wound reopen, it was 2,
Yeah.
and now it's 1.
Okay. You feed him blood.
Mm-hmm.
The wound itself is weeping a little bit, but isn't heavily bleeding. And he's unconscious on a table.
Do you have any alcohol?
Just what's in this bottle, and I will show the bottle,
He
which
will
is
sniff
remaining.
the bottle.
Hmm?
He sniffs the bottle. What's in it?
Something that has been partly distilled, something that maybe is around 30% at most. It seems to be wheat or rye based.
No good. Okay.
That's all we've got.
Right. Do matches exist yet?
Not as far as I'm aware.
God damn it.
Probably
We've got
have,
like we've
what,
got
those
fire
long
starters,
What are they called again?
like flints.
No, they're like long bits of like wick almost that you use to light a fire from a little bit of a distance. So like they're
Oh,
long
yeah.
kind of combustible things. They're like the
Fuse.
proto match basically.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called.
Right, I'll be
Aloe
back in a
maybe
moment.
to
Okay.
You two look away. He runs back home, gets a piece of, well, snaps the leg off a chair,
Mhm.
wraps it in one of his old shirts, sticks it in the forge so that it's on fire,
Oof.
comes back, and then holds it to the wound.
Cauterize,
Would that
yo.
not would that not destroy the stitches?
It would.
Oh
If-
well, I guess if it's cauterizing it anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Mhm,
it's a different type of knitting a wound together.
mhm.
Yeah.
Right, so you're putting a lit torch to his side.
Essentially, yeah. Not for very long, just long enough for it to sterilize it.
Put the torch out first.
Mm-hmm.
So you put the torch out after it's. You get there with the torch lit.
He just
Will
lights the torch so that it gets warm enough, puts it out, goes in, and puts it against his side.
Oh.
Okay. Will you make me a difficulty 3 rock strike for Valens?
Okay.
Because you've got a lit torch.
Oof! Oh wait, never mind, that's just 0.
Is it?
Yeah, because there was still... Oh no, that is a botch.
Yeah. Because the difficulty is meant to be 5 for a lit torch. So
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Valens goes out and takes a bit longer than Asta or Lothar would expect.
I'll go to the door to see if I can spot him.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm not leaving Ivan.
Will Asta please make me a perception and alertness?
Certainly.
I knew that that look couldn't last.
I can never find perception. There we go. And then what was the difficulty on that one?
Difficulty is going to be 6.
Does that include all specs?
I don't have
There is no aspects.
Oh, damn.
one success.
Where are you looking?
I assume you would have gone over to the forge, so I would be looking in that direction. And if I don't see him, I'd stick my head out the door and look up and down the street.
So, at the forge, you will see the open forge that is still lit, a torch on the floor, and Valens in the far corner from such things, hissing and cowering away from it.
Okay. I will move as quickly as I can across to the forge.
Will you
Roll.
make me a difficulty 5 rock strike? Yep.
Me.
Has a turn passed yet?
A turn will have passed.
Okay, what am I rolling?
The same thing again. This time at difficulty 4.
4 successes. I got 4 successes either way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it is courage roll for Asta, please.
Oh, okay, cool.
At difficulty 5. But Valens seems to be coming round,
Excuse me.
That is 4 successes.
and Asta is perfectly fine. What do you wish to both do as Valens seems to start to calm down, and Asta enters the forge?
Valens will stand up.
Um,
Go ahead.
Can I get Balance to meet my eyes? Like, are you making eye contact?
No.
Okay. I will
Balance is
acknowledge that as
physically
a
left.
don't push it moment.
Also,
Are we okay?
Valens, will you please just check your path for anything?
There is behaving shamefully in front of something, but it wasn't in front
I
of
think
them.
you pulled yourself together.
Right.
Shamefully in
Let me
front
just
of
have
your
a quick check.
peers, but it wasn't in front of them. So it should be fine.
Let me just have a quick check. What is it you two now wish to do? There is a torch on the floor. There is an open forge.
I want to ask Valens, are you okay? Are we good?
Yes, sorry. I
No problem. Is there anything I can do to help?
No,
Would you like?
it's fine. Um, you could grab that.
Assuming you're pointing to the torch,
Mhm.
I'll pick it up. What are we doing with the torch? Oh, and it'll suddenly occur to her exactly why you're coming over here to get something flaming hot. Um, should we get Lothar to wait outside, if you will, when we do this?
That's probably a good idea. Yes.
Maybe we won't be willing to leave, but we should at least give it a shot.
Mhm.
And then I'll move out into the street, hoping that Valens will come with me.
Valens will indeed come with you.
Where is Valence's note channel again? Is it
It's
still just in the other?
Laura notes.
Ah, I'm being an idiot.
Yes, because our notes in this one
Retell
for
the
some reason aren't.
whispers.
I'm just checking.
I'm already on the path thing if that's what you're checking.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a message. 5?
Yes.
5?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Still wasn't in front of them. He
All
doesn't
right.
he doesn't know that she saw. He just knows that she walked in as he was pulling himself back together.
That is fair enough then. Okay. So yeah, what is the actual people doing?
I'm moving across the street with the torch, preparing to sort of extinguish it as we get into the doorway. And then I will hand it over to Valens and ask Lothar if they'd like to join me for a second outside.
Why would I do
Um,
that?
I don't know if you want to see this next bit.
Is there fire?
Yes.
Come, it'll only take a moment. Come, stay with me
I'll
by
look
the door.
away.
Okay.
Really doesn't want to.
I wouldn't. I don't want to be in there when she burns him. When he burns him.
so, is the wound burnt over?
It should be.
Will you make me one last intelligence and medicine check?
Okie doke.
Come on,
Difficulty
Valens.
6.
Come
Difficulty
on,
what?
Valens.
Difficulty 6.
Intelligence medicine.
Yep.
Oh,
2.
for one
Okay.
last time. Booyah.
Will now Lothar, as Lothar hears the sound of flesh being singed, make a frenzy check at difficulty 7 for a loved one being in danger.
I thought so.
How does that work?
You have self-control. And you roll your self-control at difficulty 7. As Ivan is seared, taking another lethal damage.
Nope.
Oh no. Oh fuck.
Valens.
Should have been on hand.
Shit.
So, where is everyone at the minute?
I'm in the doorway.
I'm like at
Lothar.
the top of the table, like behind like Ivan's head.
Valens
Okay.
is whatever Valens has to be to do
At the
this.
side of him.
Mhm.
So,
I intend to.
Lothar, what is your dexterity, what is your brawl, and what is your celerity?
4 dex, 3 brawl, 1 celerity.
Oh shit.
So that was 3 brawl.
Yeah.
I'm the same except without the celerity, and I'm intending to throw myself across the room, knowing what happened with the gargoyle and my kickoff earlier on in the evening. Yeah, I suppose match his.
Right. In that case, both Asta and Valens,
Yep.
I would like you to make a perception.
Yep.
I'm going to call it perception and athletics
Really?
to
Okay.
react
I
to
see.
this and get in the way.
Difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be 8.
Rob,
Yeah,
danger sense.
true.
Nice.
Flipping
The
heck.
difficulty.
Jesus Christ, that's 6 successes. Sorry, yeah?
So the difficulty with your danger sense, I'm going to decrease by 2, so it's difficulty
That's
6.
not how danger sense works, Rob.
You get a sense of foreboding about a thing you're about to do. So if you want, you can just not sear his flesh.
I think it'll be more that he's on guard.
All right.
After all, he could be the one that frenzies, since, you know, he's a ghoul.
Yeah. Okay.
So still difficulty 8?
Difficulty 7, and I'm probably going to give you a extra -1 difficulty to actually defending yourself, since you have the danger sense.
Okay, so that's 4 successes, and I assume celerity gives an extra?
Yes.
5.
I agree. So,
What?
Asta,
I said maybe next time we'll just take him to the hospital.
we're going to go with Asta gets a reaction. Valens, who is directly in front of Lothar, gets a reaction. Then Lothar's frenzying body reacts with its dice pool of currently 9 with an automatic success for any dexterity based.
Christ.
So,
Okay.
Asta is
Right.
first up and we'll see Lothar going into frenzy.
What can I do any of my disciplines help me here? Dominate, presence. Obviously not fortitude. It's just me being hard. But like, can I potentially, if I succeed with 1 dot of dominate, could I stop Lothar from doing what they're doing? Is that how that works?
You would not be able to control the beast with dominate.
Bugger.
However, how many dots in presence do you have?
2.
So, with that,
I'm thinking like I'm not going to get very far if I try and use strength and dex against Lothar because they're in beast mode. So trying to go for something a bit more subtle.
What is Lothar's wits and courage?
2 wits, 3 courage.
So that is 5. Would Asta wish to use Dread Gaze?
Oh,
Yes, do that.
Appreciative of red gaze. Whatever that means. What is it?
The second dot of presence.
I'm just
By revealing her predatory nature, such as baring her fangs, snarling, displaying her claws, or crying for blood, Dread Gaze inflames the natural reaction into mindless terror. Victims flee recklessly, freeze with fright, cower, and beg for mercy.
I want to do that, please. I want to do that, please. Yes.
Was it a botch for Lothar with the frenzy, or was it just a failure?
I think it was just a failure.
I'm just going to quickly go
Yeah,
and
it was
try
a
and find
failure.
it.
Yeah, just a fail.
Yeah, 0
Yep.
to 0.
Okay. Will Asta please roll charisma and intimidate if she wishes to do this?
Is there anything that I can do to be sure of succeeding?
You may spend a willpower to get an automatic success.
And then that just works, or is there something Lothar can do to get out of it?
You get an automatic success. The beast is the thing that is currently trying to resist this.
Yeah. Okay. But I
However,
still need
this
to
would
roll
play
with
upon the beast. So, roll me at difficulty 5, charisma
Roll.
and intimidation.
So charisma is at 2, and intimidation is also at 2, and it's difficulty 5.
Yep. You need 2 or more successes. Well done.
Yay!
So, um, 3 or more successes means that they've run away. However, I am taking away the 1 success because of them already being in frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lothar,
Mhm.
You semi regain consciousness or full control as both to Valens. Valens will notice as Asta effectively just bares her fangs and probably shouts some kind of curse at Lothar. It
A
is
little bit
up
of
to
the dog
Asta.
training. A little bit of the dog training comes out. Ah! Ah!
But
I
yeah,
fucking
Asta
love this.
bears fangs at the about to frenzy Lothar, and you are effectively submissive as you
Show me your
break away from
tummy.
doing the anger frenzy.
Yeah.
You are
I'll
effectively frozen with fright.
Okay. Then I will do nothing.
Valens,
Mm-hmm.
Lothar did just nearly frenzy, or effectively got to the point of frenzy until Asta just went no and
Mm-hmm.
tried to cause them to fear. What is Valens's wits and courage?
Fuck's sake.
Oh man.
Wits is 2, courage is
Shit,
3.
am I gonna just make everyone run out of
So
the
it's
room?
4.
What?
So combined it's 4.
2 plus 3 does not equal 4, Rob.
Oh, I heard 2 plus 2, so 5.
You're an engineer.
I heard 2 plus 2.
You heard wrong.
Well, I'm deaf. Since you are not going into frenzy,
Mm-hmm.
and you still witness this, you are likely going to run away in fear from this,
Why?
because it's dread gaze, and it is supernatural use of fear to control crowds.
But I'm not looking at it.
You are within the vicinity.
But it's dread gaze.
Doesn't presence require eye contact?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it does,
requires
and
a
it also only works on one person.
dread gaze does work on one person. Apologies, I'm used to it affecting
Wait.
multiple. So never mind.
Woohoo.
Valens is safe.
Yeah, presence in general only affects one person at a time, Rob. We found this out when you tried to have Titus use it at one point.
The first dot affects multiple people. The second dot is a single. Third dot is a single.
We'll look at the rules later,
Oh, that's
sweetheart.
tricky that it like flips back and forwards if that's the way it works. So it can be multiple or single.
We'll get the rules up later, honey.
Well, I like dread gaze.
Me too. It's my
Just
new.
for
It's my new
role-playing
favorite.
purposes. Like the fact that I can just be like, "Rrrr."
Yeah, only the first one actually affects multiple people.
No
Mhm.
way, that's
Even though
bonkers.
it says it's meant to affect crowds, in the literal description, it's always a single target,
Hmm.
it seems. So even the fifth dot?
There are specialism ones after the 5th dot that affect multiple.
No worries. I'm sure Asta will never get there.
Oh, wait, no, the fifth dot does still affect multiple.
So,
So,
I would do this quickly.
Valens, you have anything you wish to do now that you have witnessed Lothar go into frenzy and Asta just cause fear in Lothar. And you see that Lothar is physically afraid to the point they probably shudder and shake a little bit.
he probably feels a bit more at home now. And checks over Ivan.
Ivan is very much unconscious and very, very badly wounded, but still able to be stable now.
Good.
There is still inflaming around the actual wound itself, but there is no more bleeding out. He appears to have enough blood to continue to function, but honestly might need some more in the following days.
He's alive. Alive is good.
Life is good.
So Valens will just look at his hands, and I assume they're covered in blood.
Yes.
Do you have a sink?
There's a water butt outside. Here's a bucket.
He looks at himself covered in blood. Okay.
When he takes the bucket, I'll say, "My lord," and give him a little wink. Did that genuinely make Valens laugh, or you? Was that Laura?
That was me.
Oh, that was you. Sorry.
I am pretty sure, considering the current situation, the fact that you've already attacked him once, Lothar just went to attack him, the response will just be a bestial snarl.
To be fair, I did defend you. I did just ward him off.
Mm.
True.
So like, I came to your aid. So I'm trying to be like nice, and it's coming off with a really bad sense of humor. So I totally get it if you don't like appreciate the joke in the moment. But I was trying to be nice to Valens in that moment.
Just because you said the my lord thing, he will be pissed. Because that is what, well, his dear adoptive brother and their friends refer to him as His Majesty, making fun of his,
That struck a nerve.
yeah.
Sorry, bud.
So,
He will snarl and go out to get water, as he is
Defo
covered
not
in
getting
blood.
that point of willpower back.
However, Rob, do I have any willpower that I need to get back?
Did I actually spend
No, I
it? I
don't.
didn't
Okay.
spend a willpower there, did I? I just rolled.
you just rolled. You are meant to call for
Oh,
spending willpower beforehand.
yeah. Swish.
So, Ivan is stable. Water is got. People are cleaned.
But Valens has to go outside covered in blood to get water.
The
But it's
bloody
like
Valens
surgery
leave.
blood. It's fine.
But Rob,
Hmm.
can I do a perception alertness to see if I notice anyone see me covered in blood?
Yes, you may. The difficulty is going to be 9.
Okay, does Auspex put that lower?
It does, yes.
3 successes.
Okay. When you leave,
Mhm.
you will not see a single soul.
Really?
The street is dead. It is now about 4 in the morning,
Huh.
2 hours before sunrise. This is the moment when it is completely silent at night. If there is anyone that is about, they are trying not to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Fair
I
then.
think sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I think I would ask Lothar if I could stay the night.
That would be good.
I think Lothar needs the
Um,
emotional support.
Yeah.
so does Asta, god damn it.
Oh, Rob,
Um,
Hmm?
does Crook see?
Crook is nowhere to be seen.
Oh,
he
poor
went for a little
baby.
walk, didn't he? Um, and also I think we need to like I don't know. Is Valens outside at the moment, did you say?
Mhm.
Did you go for a
Yeah.
wash? Yeah, okay. I assume you're going to come back in at some point.
Yeah.
And at that point, I would indicate that we need to have a conversation. This coterie thing is getting real.
Mhm.
There's a
Okay.
number of things I think are pressing, and I think we should have a an open discussion, provided we can feel secure in our surroundings that we're not being overheard.
Then come to mine.
Are you okay leaving Ivan?
Bring him with us.
N- n- can it wait?
No. There are some things I think need to be said before this night is done. And we need to say them in privacy. So bring him with, leave him here. We won't be long.
We can speak here.
I'll look to Valens. I don't know if we can.
Neither do I. At least at mine were underground.
So we can check the house and talk quietly.
If you think that's going to make a difference, then
I
fine.
don't think it will. I won't
I'm
have
not
this
leaving.
conversation. We'll bring him with.
I don't think that's a good idea.
He is currently stable.
I think you should leave him in his bed sleeping. He'll be across the road for. We should move him into the bed, get him comfortable, set up, and then we should go and have a conversation, and then we'll be back before sunup.
Leaving him is what put him in this state.
Well,
Leaving him
no,
to
not
walk the
really.
streets, not in your home. Like I say, we'll be just across the street. Come on, please.
He isn't your child.
I'll follow you. You go ahead. I'll follow.
Okay.
We
Asta will,
leave.
like,
Lothar kills him and
he's
fires him.
stressed out.
Just he's
What?
my child now.
I'll show you
Oh.
he's not.
Sorry, I didn't hear until after.
I'll follow Valens over, I'm assuming. You're just heading across the road.
Valens will offer a hug. Because he knows that's meant to be emotional support to Lothar.
Aww. That's nice.
His stepmom used to give him hugs when he was sad. So he
Aw.
offered a hug.
Or he made it a baby.
I was about to say that Balance is so sweet, and then you said that. Oh, this is great.
Just saying, if you both sire and then get rid of Ivan in the most brutal of ways, you can get 4 XP for that, according to the award.
Right?
Oh god.
Writing that out.
Rob, the most brutal of ways, do you mean...
Well, no, that one there you get even more, fair enough.
Ooh.
Woof.
Not happening, y'all. No points for you.
Such a fun plot device is Ivan. Okay. What's happening, y'all?
Okay, so is Lothar gonna take the hug?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think I was there yet, because I was gonna, like...
We
get
haven't left
I think it's
yet.
before we
Ivan to
leave.
bed, like you said. Oh, I thought you did.
No, not yet. I offered you a hug
Ah.
before we left.
Oh, I thought you were offering Asta the hug.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, I'm on an entirely different planet.
He's so worried about Ivan. Ah.
It's so
I
cute.
might... If I hug you, I might smother you from just, like, desperate thanks.
It's okay.
Are you sure you want to mess with that?
Gives hug. He
Okay.
hugs you.
Let's do a bro hug.
It is a mutual bro hug.
I'm gonna like hug you longer than is absolutely normal. Like it's getting unnatural at this point.
Just like the rest of my life.
Yay.
Yes.
Supernatural, some might say.
Yes.
So, eventually, Valens will pull away. We will see you when you get there.
I will thank you both. And put Ivan to bed.
Goes to mine.
Mm-hmm.
Asta follows.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it you need to talk about?
Are we... Well, first of all, do we want to wait for Lothar? And second of all, are we likely to be overheard in here?
He unlocks the 3 locks that are on the downstairs and motions for you to go in.
Okay, I'll go in. This is the moment that Valens reveals that they're the big bad guy.
As long as none of the broodmates are in there, it's fine. None of the broodmates are in there, right, Rob?
No.
Thank fuck. I thought you were hesitating to just go, actually, yes.
Funny you should mention that. Is there seats in there? Is it like
Yeah,
a
it's
comfortable
it's
room, or
like a
is it
little
just a?
flat.
Okay, cool. I'll just take a seat somewhere. Clear like whatever bachelor kind of mess is in the way and just clear
It
a
is
space for myself.
it is a concerningly clean room.
Oh, okay. That's more worrying.
He will put down the tools, well, the tool bag, take out the knife and start cleaning it as he sits on the bed.
You're good at medicine.
Mhm.
Did you go to school for it? Did someone take you on as an apprentice? I'm just filling the time.
You could do that. Well, you could say that.
You're not very good at straight answers, are you?
Try not to be.
Oof.
Oof.
Straight answers can get you
I'd
killed.
love you to introduce you to the words yes and no. She's saying this in like good humor. She's not trying to be mean. She's just awkwardly picking.
My master tortured Crook and I for a good few years, so I had to get good at medicine, otherwise you would have died.
Are you saying this while like cleaning the knife?
Yeah, he is saying this
That is
completely unfeeling
dark.
and just matter of fact.
Yeah, I can see it in my head. Um, I'm sorry that that's an experience that you have in your past. That is not something I can even imagine.
It taught me a lot.
Have you ever repeated what was done to you to another?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Some people learn the skills that were applied to them and take it forward. You've met those types of people.
I've met Eustace, yes.
Yeah, that was an experience.
Quite. Hurt quite a bit.
Never seen someone volunteer for an experience like that.
I wanted to see if it was different.
Was it?
I've never been burned alive like that before.
A statement probably first time that's been uttered in this world.
Probably not.
She doesn't know how to respond to that. What things has this man seen?
I'm pretty
This
sure that Crook
boy
has been though.
seen? Crook has been burned alive?
I'm pretty sure. He talks in his
Your
sleep
brother's in
sometimes.
Yes, your brother's in more way than one.
Hmm.
I wonder where Lothar is.
Just
Lothar may
please,
appear
I
Lothar,
in
lied
come
to
panel.
you.
here.
Lied to
You
you,
lied.
bastards. Ha ha ha.
But for reals though.
Lothar may appear whenever Lothar wishes to.
I'll like put him to bed and then like leave the room, but then like go back into the room to check that he's okay, and then like you know what I mean, like going in and out, and then like slightly further each time, but then always going back. But like it's not easy to leave him.
Oh, if only he knew.
Can I do like a roll to see like how long it takes me to get out? Because like I said, he's not wanting to leave.
Will you roll me your active willpower at difficulty 5?
So because I used 1 dot, that would be one less than my normal.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Difficulty 5, you said.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm effectively seeing this as 10 minutes minus successes.
Okay. Oh hey,
Hey,
Five
you
minutes.
don't care at all.
to be fair, that 5 minutes feels like an eternity because Ivan is still unconscious.
So yeah, 5 minutes worth of trying to leave, and eventually you find your way to the smith.
And Valens is seriously dissociating at the minute.
Yeah, we had to talk about like literally a worse subject.
Oh no, it's not. He hasn't mentioned the hounds
Oh,
yet.
okay. Oh my god.
Lothar will
Fun.
arrive and just ask him if we can speak quickly so that he can get back.
Sure thing.
So, but he'll also thank both of you again, and is going to keep thanking you probably for a long time. So get used to it.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for my reading lessons. She'll give a little smirk. She's being playful as opposed to a dick.
That thing that you two can do with the calming people down.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it?
When we've got more time, I will definitely show you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll close the door after Lothar comes in. And I'll just start talking. I will. So I think we've got things to discuss. First of all, I don't see muggers using mercury, or I don't know if it's mercury, but I've never seen muggers use poison. Well, Asta will probably assume it was poison, whatever we were removing.
I have.
What?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Is this usual? Do we think it's just some person on the street trying to get his coin purse, or is there something else at play?
Oh no, this was definitely something to spite someone. I'm not sure if it was to spite you or to spite that Bertold or somebody else.
Or Lothar, yeah. Lothar would be the victim, you would assume, because unless...
Maybe Ivan said something or didn't offer someone a favour. Maybe he didn't know about kindred for too long and said the wrong thing to the wrong person.
Can't be very competent if they let him live. It must be only a warning if that's the case. Surely you would just end him.
Not if they're wanting to send a message.
Maybe they're trying to force. Maybe they're trying to force you to either sire or get Ivan sired.
Can he be sired?
He can, yes.
How?
Well, from what I've heard, it's something about killing people and then feeding them your blood.
No, but who has the right to do that? The prince said that we can't do that.
You ask for rights to do so? I assume your Primogen would be the one to ask? Oh! That's a point. When I was speaking with Arlette, she threatened to sire me and I told her that Ivan is probably better for siring.
Do you think she would?
I think if you pull your favour, she might.
What time is it?
You have about an hour.
It's too late.
It's not. How long is it? How long was it of a walk was it to the brothel?
It's probably 10 minutes worth of walking, if that.
Oh well, we could make it there.
Mm-hmm.
Could definitely make
it. It would mean leaving fairly soon. Mm-hmm. And I have more to discuss.
Fine. What
This
else?
next part is optional. And unfortunately, I can't give you the choice after I've told you. I need to give you this choice before I tell you, and you can choose whether to take on the risk of this knowledge. But it's bad.
Bad how?
Bad like I could be done.
What did you do?
Bad like I took leave of my senses and have got myself into a mess. And that's putting it lightly.
Is this to do with the man you killed?
No. This is a whole other mess on a different level.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. She'll put her head in her hands and just be like, oh, and just drag them down her face, just stressed. She's kind of letting the veneer drop for the first time, or at least willingly letting it drop. She's probably shown worry on her face before now, but this is the time when she's actually just being honest of how she actually feels, and it's not good.
Did somebody hurt your dog?
No. Although All bets are off if that happens. Um, are we saying that you want to know? Or
Go
do you
for
want to
it.
just leave this room? Okay. Lothar, do you remember our business with Stoke?
Yeah. Do you think
That
he
has
did this to
been
Ivan?
no. Just put Ivan out of your mind for one moment if it's possible. It's a totally different thing. The
Not
business we had
possible,
with
but
Stoke.
okay.
You remember what he asked of us?
Yes.
Oh boy.
That has been resolved.
By
That has
Stoke?
been by an emissary called to, or rather, a person, a contractor that was engaged by me.
You assassinated someone.
Indirectly.
Did you pay for somebody to assassinate someone?
Yep.
Then you assassinated
Yep.
someone.
Yep. 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 This is the thing, and now we're saying it out loud. It's even more ridiculous than it actually happening in the first place. Like hearing it out loud, like she's starting to hyperventilate, like
She doesn't
going into
breathe.
just she's just blabbering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of the speech, like the kind of and the habit of breathing almost of like the nervous kind of lots
Hmm.
of thoughts coming at once, and I'm freaking out.
Balance
Guys,
will
I'm
be
freaking out.
pacing. Right. Does
I like
anybody
that Rob is
know?
typing. Nobody knows specifics. No,
Does
Stoke
anybody
knows,
know you're
obviously.
involved?
I don't think so, unless the people who I engaged
Did
spill.
didn't didn't you speak about it to the chronicler?
I'm not telling you guys.
But shouldn't you? Also, doesn't isn't that a subterfuge roll, Rob?
Well, I wasn't going to tell you right at this moment, but I'll spill if you make me. Fine. I did kind of sort of not mention it specifically, but said that I was wrapped up in something to a Nosferatu. Also, don't ask me what was going on there. Totally insane move.
What?
Seriously, you guys shouldn't let me go out on my own. Why? Why have you let why do you let me speak to people?
What? What did? Which Nosferatu?
Like the big one.
Mohammed?
No, the other one, the one that lives in the Undercroft.
Oh, the chronicler.
Yeah, but
Right.
he promised, or he gave me like a assurance that what we said wouldn't leave the room. Although that probably is meaningless when you take out another kindred. But no specifics were given, and it was before the thing went forward. So yeah, I don't know. I'm screwed anyway. You look at it, really.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Why are you humming? This is
You told
Nosferatu on the ceiling, isn't there?
definitely.
They'd have to have been able to get into the room, which they probably can, to be fair, but Valens
They
doesn't
do
know
have
that.
potents.
Your point?
Like my like seriously, my heart rate, Rachel's heart rate right now is dangerously high.
I know someone that can help you, but
Okay,
it would mean
I
having to
have some
travel.
ideas as well. Arlette gave me some ideas too.
She did?
Yeah, in terms of there's people wanting quests. There's mercenary trips to Nuremberg. I can get out of the city.
Out of
Hell,
the
I could
city
even
isn't
go and
enough.
see Lothar's friend.
Jerry?
Out of the city won't be enough. You'll need to be out of the domain. I
Is
know somewhere you can
that
go that you will be protected.
if it's the man who taught you torture through practical examples, I'm good. With all due respect, I do appreciate you trying to help me, but I don't want to go to someone who's just going to make my unlife a living hell.
Oh, no,
Where
he won't do that.
What was that, Lothar?
I was just gonna ask where Valens meant then.
He wouldn't do that. We have a very big, We're very particular when it comes to offering hospitality. And he wants allies, not toys.
Am I much of an ally at this moment in time?
Well, you managed to get the Keeper of Traditions killed, so yeah.
That wasn't hard.
Exactly.
That
For
was
you.
foolish. So I'm thinking I will stay at Lothar's this night or this day,
Yes.
and then try and escape tomorrow because I think it's probably wise to leave before I know they're looking for me.
How do you know they know?
I don't know they know. However, Arlette said that this attack, although presumed Guru, is actually it's a lot neater than the normal attack. The house wasn't ransacked or anything like that. So there's already some suspicion. And what's his name? The sheriff's name? Starts with an R. Can't think of his name. Whatever his name is, he's looking into it. And
That's
if
not the
he
sheriff.
catches whiff of it,
It
oh,
isn't the
whoever.
sheriff.
Oh
Remember,
wait, is it the
Rembert.
Princess Childer?
No.
No, I'm
That's
thinking.
Rafe. Rembert is the cone. Pointy hat man, Gandalf.
Oh,
Oh, the guy
thank
with the
you.
coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So if he's capable in any way and manages to catch whiff of it and any of the loose ends that have been left lying all over the place, then I'm done for. My name will come up.
I can only offer you the
Sent,
assistance that I can offer.
what would I need to engage that assistance? How quickly could you get me away?
You could just leave, go there and tell him I sent you.
Where is there?
Istanbul.
Would Asta have any concept of where that is, being from the rural countryside?
It's Constantinople, darling, don't you know?
It's not been Constantinople in like 200 years.
Even old new. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Oh my god, you did not.
Yes, I fucking did.
I've had that song stuck in my head for so long, god damn it.
It's
Asta
on
would
Just Dance.
Asta would get the idea roughly of where it is. It is the entrance to the Holy Land, effectively.
Would I
It
be
is.
aware of trade routes and stuff and like trade leaving the city that would be going in that general direction that I could sort of follow along with? It's going to be nighttime when I'm traveling, so that's stupid.
You might be
If
able to find a caravan to go along with. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'll be passingly familiar with some of the major essentially places that soldiers would gather before heading out in that direction, just from experience of such locations.
No one's going to be looking for a 6'2" woman on her way out of the domain. Yay. Um, yeah. I mean, I think it's probably the smartest idea to run, wouldn't you say?
I would, and that's the only contact I can give you. But he'll offer you protection. He wants
I've
allies,
sent
after
word
all.
to
That's
I've
why he
sent
sent
word
me
to
here.
Stoke, but I don't think Stoke's going to be any use.
I don't
I think
either.
he's just going to be happy that he got his way.
And if he
So
doesn't
yeah,
get
it's
that
been nice
favour
knowing
anymore...
you.
And flee.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
Roll
whoop,
for
whoop.
flea. Someone take care of my dog, please.
Are you not taking him with you?
I wouldn't suggest it.
No.
Oh,
Food can be sparse.
poor doggo.
No.
We'll keep him for you. So when you come back,
His heart is breaking.
If I know
I
Alaric, he will send you back here at some point. So you won't be gone forever.
I will not be welcome here, as from my reckoning.
It's fine, you won't be you anymore. You'll be
What?
somebody else. You'll probably be a different clan. as far as anyone here knows. Asta Winter
Yeah,
can have died on the road trying to flee, and you will be somebody else.
that'll be it for Esther in terms of the conversations. If you want to go to the brothel,
Sorry, not at the brothel, obviously, in the chat.
So, what is everyone's next move with there being about an hour left before the sun rises?
mine's to mope back to Lothar's house and wherever is good for me to sleep.
The room that Lothar stays in is probably the most sunproof.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Do you want a spoon?
Aww. Oh god, I'm looking forward to Ivan waking up and seeing that.
Because Ivan will definitely wake up the next day.
Definitely.
And between dashing to the brothel or leaving it, I'm gonna dash to the brothel. With like leaving Asta in
If
the
you-
house to keep an eye, and I'm gonna dash down.
I'll go
Okay.
with you.
Okay. I've still got the necklace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, feel free to mention my situation or not.
So, Asta goes to Lothar's house.
Yeah.
Lothar and Valens
Mm-hmm.
run to the brothel quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably a bit too quickly.
Yeah.
You eagerly run to the brothel and enter. The man at the bar effectively just looks at you both. Sorry, but we're about to be closing. Is there anything urgent?
Very apparently.
All right. Well, don't let me keep you waiting. Do you want taking upstairs?
Yes, please.
He comes out from behind the bar and walks upstairs after locking the front door.
Oh joys.
Lock in at the brothel, y'all.
So, yeah, heads upstairs
Goes
and
with.
takes you to her room, knocks and announces through the door who is here. Miss Arlette, there is a Lothar and Valens here to see you again. She opens the door to you both. Well, this is quite the surprise. She'll come out. What is it that's brought both of you back to me so quickly? I didn't realize I was that nice.
You know
You go first.
you know how you mentioned siring and I suggested Ivan?
Yes.
Well, someone decided to stab him with a blade covered in mercury, and someone wanted to pull a favour. Glances at Lothar.
Yeah, I'll do the most knightly, courtly bow that I can and hold out the necklace and say that if there's any possibility that she might want to sire Ivan, he is a very promising poet and he has so much to offer the Toreador clan and herself if only he's given more time with us.
Well, this is quite the favor you're asking of me. Your
Nods.
minor favor definitely doesn't cover this. Honestly, for such urgent and major care being needed, this would be me writing off that favor. So you're going to need to make sure that performance happens.
Yeah.
And then me asking a major favor of you, or major boon.
I'm happy to do anything she wants.
It isn't that urgent. He's in stable condition. It's just that
For now.
someone's panicking.
Well, I guess I will have to have a look into him on the next evening. Hopefully he's in good enough condition to be at the point of siring.
I did what I could.
Valens was
Honestly,
an incredible surgeon.
to make sure he's at a point that would be best, he does need to fully heal first. But I'm sure that we can work on that, can't we?
Yes.
Fine. Major favour, and my siring rights are used to make sure that Ivan joins us in the night.
Ivan becomes big bad.
I would love that.
Would you?
Yes. Could you imagine?
Extra edge.
I could.
He just wants to see Ivan do well.
Just
Yeah.
Lestat versus Louis.
Are we all still here?
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Right. Well, you all might want to make sure you get some shelter soon. Are you needing to stay here, Martha?
Do we have the 10 minutes to dash back home?
You will just, yes.
Let's dash back home. I don't think Lothar can stand to stay away that much, like that whole time.
Okay. You will get back as you will see the horizon become orange.
Yeesh.
Stupid daylight savings.
Valens
And
will do a bow before they leave
Oh, yeah.
and state that.
Valens is
Huh?
running on adrenaline right now.
Yep. Valens probably didn't clean up very well and so still has. Oh god, he's still wearing the undershirt. He isn't wearing another shirt.
The hands would still be bloodstained.
And so will the shirt.
Mm-hmm. Arlette will definitely look at Valens quite hungrily while he was there.
Apologies,
So,
I didn't have time to clean up.
does this mean that Valens is staying with Arlette a little bit longer?
um. Sure. Simply to do the apology and such for not looking his best.
It is fine. You're doing better than those who have to dash off and visit me so late in the night. Is there anything I can do for you, since I'm apparently giving away a mage favour and my right to sire? What a shame, really.
At least it's entertaining.
At least it's interesting. Well, things are about to get very, very interesting if I am to make sure that young Ivan is mentored properly. Oh, so be it. Enjoy your day. Make sure you sleep. You look like you need it.
I very much do.
Now, if you wouldn't mind,
There is
she
one other thing.
go on.
The Ventru I had with me
Yes.
appears to have had a bit of an accident and
Right.
associated with the wrong people.
What wrong people?
From the way it was described, um, hmm. Hashtag save Asta. I can only assume.
Hmm. Oh, fair enough. A Ventru consorting with. Well, consorting.
And now she is pretty sure that her involvement in certain things is going to be found out shortly.
Hmm.
I have already offered her aid, but my aid is a fair distance away.
I am sure that something can be done to help, but honestly, what help does she need? I'll make sure that the right thing is done.
She just wants to survive.
Many of us want that. Oh, thank you. I'll see what I can do with this Asta. Maybe she does deserve to be saved. Do you know what grievous crimes she's being encouraged to do?
Are you aware of the recent death?
Which one?
It's Friedbert, right, Rob?
Friedbert, yeah.
Friedbert.
I am aware, yes.
Apparently, the one that did that was in her employ.
Hmm. Well, isn't that interesting? Fair enough.
Ah, sorry.
I didn't know that they were able to hire werewolves, but I guess desperate times.
From the sound of it, it wasn't.
Hmm. Hmm.
What exactly was it that Asta said again about that?
You introduced me to the ghouls,
Mhm.
and I said that this person needs to be taken out, and it needs to not come back to me. And they
No,
were like, "Cool, no worries."
what was it that Asta told me the deal was? Like,
I would
we
have elaborated on because you introduced me to the ghouls, so I would have elaborated on it coming from that meeting. I
Yeah, but
wouldn't have told you about the interaction at my house, at least unless you poked and prodded.
he would have poked and prodded for as much detail as he
Then
could.
it would have come out eventually like a kid who's trying not to tell you that they've like peed the pants or something, like really stupidly trying to hold back information even though it might protect them.
Alright. Well, the price that she paid was a quart of blood.
Hmm. Well then, fair enough. That was definitely unexpected, but, well, not the worst thing that could happen. I'm intrigued.
It is certainly interesting.
Hmm.
Apparently there is a Nosferatu that is aware of this. So there may be less time than we would prefer.
I'll make sure things are done quickly. But fair
Appreciate it.
enough. I guess I am having to look after this Ventru. I hope it is worth it. I'm
So
doing a
do
lot
I.
for you lot now.
She would have been the one asking, but she had to look after Ivan.
Alright. Alright. Fair enough. Well, thank you for this enlightenment.
He will nod. Oh, and apologies for taking a few days to get them to you.
It's fine.
Excuse me.
No,
He will bow.
go and enjoy your sleep.
Does bow.
Mm-hmm. You bow and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Return home and sleep.
All asleep.
So, Asta, the
Yep.
next evening, are you going to return to your house?
You're welcome to stay at mine as long as you need.
But that's where Crook thinks Stoke he's gonna send Stoke, so yeah, I don't want any awkward questions, so I think I would stay with Lothar.
Okay, fair enough.
And if Stoke doesn't find me, then Stoke doesn't find me. I don't think he's going to be particularly useful anyway. I think he's got what he wants, and he'll be like, "Ha, sweet."
Right. Just means
If
that
anyone asks me to sell him down the river, I will sell him down the river.
At the minute, no one knows where Asta is being kept. She is being hidden away by Lothar, making Lothar guilty by association.
Oh, flip.
I was already in on the job. I just didn't know that it happened.
Well, that is fair enough. But for now, we will leave it there since I have work tomorrow and it's 10 o'clock.
Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
tense. Like, she might survive, maybe. She might run. Who knows?
Aw.
She definitely will make a stupid choice, though. We can be sure of that.
So when does the
I
time
feel
skip
like-
happen?
It
What
will
now?
probably need to happen soon since you have now finished the Saturday and are on to the Sunday. Oh no, you finished the Friday and are now on to the Saturday.
Yeah, because we've kind of just been having a full, essentially, week instead of meeting on the Saturdays.
Meaning that work has not been getting done and therefore bills are going to be struggled to be paid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because we were originally doing the meeting once a week, and then we just didn't
Mm-hmm.
for a while. So we need to catch up, and I'm concerned that Valens is gonna go down a resource, and I don't want him to.
Well, at the minute, that zero dot resource isn't going very well for people needing to pay rent soon
Yeah.
or buy Ivan supplies.
Mhm.
Oh,
Although
one
if-
dot in resource. I think we've both got one dot, have we not, Lothar?
Yeah, I've got one.
How did Lothar end up with the one?
Didn't we start off?
Yeah, that was from starting off from like previous like essentially previous income.
I thought that Asta had the one, Lothar had zero, and we wanted to pull but never could find a way to pull it.
I had one dot to start that was not pulled.
Right. At the minute, you aren't generating that one dot.
Yeah.
You got the. I think you actually ended up with a one dot because of Jerry.
Oh, I was
But-
gonna ask like, did he actually pay us for the escort service?
He
Escort
paid
service sounds
you.
so wrong.
He paid you a very meager amount.
Oh, okay.
It was probably half the amount you probably should have had, but he did effectively give you free boarding,
Yeah, that was nice.
and he has
I'm
invited you
still-
back.
Entire.
I'm
But-
still waiting. Oh, I was waiting on the sheriff to turn up, so I would have been relying on whatever I'd been given by.
Effectively, at the minute, neither of you have actually got the resources to maintain yourselves in your current abode. Maintaining Ivan as well, especially now that he
Yeah.
can't do things and needs feeding and looking after for a short time.
Hmm.
So it might be a case of there needs to be at least a week worth of consistent work.
Mm-hmm. Time skip.
Isn't Valens gonna have to do time skip for a little while anyway soon?
He is
From the lack
likely
of
to,
blood.
yes.
And doing the pass out and stuff.
Hmm. From the consistently being awake all day and all night, yes, Valens is definitely on the last little bits of his
Yes, that too.
ability to function.
Especially with that little episode in emergency medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Valens is like my favorite little ghoul that isn't Ivan right now.
Who else?
Like,
would
you don't
be there?
even know. I was
I love
like
how we all
on the
pulled
brink
together
of
in a
tears.
crisis.
It was amazing. Everybody was incredible. You all are just the number one, like over the top, just amazing.
I got to use Dread Gaze as well, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't wait for you to do that again. If for nothing else, can we keep Asta in the city just so that she can dread gaze Lothar more, please? That's all I ask.
Oh, amazing.
Hey, teach me presents and I can
So
do it.
much fun, guys. Yeah.
Oh god. Both of you do it to me. Do it. I don't care.
Double team. So sorry.
Yes.
You people
Oh.
disturb me greatly.
We are quite disturbing. If you have met us in person, Yanni, you will know that.
Preach.
Ay, ay, ay.
Been loads of fun. Thank you so much again.
You
It's been
guys-
wicked.
Yes, it was
Do
incredible.
you want to do XP now, or do you want to do it next time?
I
Probably
will
better to
try
do
and
it
do
now,
some
Rob.
now. Yep.
Ooh.
So, actually visiting Arlette finally, and attempting to gain favour, is an experience point each.
I better get a lot of XP for that surgery, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of
Yes.
successes there.
I got water.
Yay!
Which is
I
crucial
held the sides of
to
the cut together.
hygienic. Yes.
I also chilled out Ivan, but when Lothar was mutilating him.
Yes. The things we do for love, huh?
I also spilled as well, which was really hard for us to do.
Like spilled the beans.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just makes me think of the lighthouse. Why'd you spill your beans, boy?
What?
Have you seen the
I've
lighthouse?
not seen that
I have
film,
not.
so that was extra creepy. It
Oh,
sounded like you were whispering it in my ear.
have you not? Have you not seen the lighthouse?
No,
Y'all.
because people have told me it's amazing, and my brain instantly turns off from movies that people tell me are
It's
amazing.
not even that. It is a pinnacle piece of art as like.
See,
the
now
movie
you've just
saw.
set me back like 5 years. I'm not going to watch that movie for
there's
another
a shark
5 years
vagina.
now.
There's a shark vagina in it.
Quit telling me
What?
how amazing it is.
Yes.
What?
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
bonkers
yeah, yeah.
movie.
I
Full
will
of
elaborate later.
Lovecraftian Craziness.
Okay.
I do love a bit Lovecraftian movies. Like, what was the one we saw in the cinema?
Color of Space.
Yeah, so that was the one, the Nicolas Cage one. That was bonkers.
Yeah.
You people concern me.
Have you not seen that film either? It's really fun. It's like
Yeah.
alien artifact kind of lands and corrupts its surrounding area,
It's like
and it all gets a bit trippy dippy.
like a little asteroid or something touches down and
Mhm.
corrupts the water and then everything else that the water touches.
Well then.
It's like not like nefarious or evil, like it's not intending to do anything bad. It's just an effect that's kind of happening and people are changing, and it's so weird. It's a strange one, and Nicolas Cage actually tries, which is always when Nicolas Cage is good. When he phones it in, not so much, but yeah, he's actually given a good performance in that movie.
It's so good.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
went to the flicks to see it. There was a big bunch of us. I went to see it at the movies. It was good. I can't wait to do that again.
Soon.
I miss the
Soon.
cinema so much.
I like when we discovered that you could like get like I think it was Christmas, we went to see a Star Wars movie that was out, and we were drinking like bottles of Prosecco in the movie theater, and I was just like, does life get better than this? Usually when that's involved, I can drink places. Like when I found an arcade where you could have a pint and play Mario Kart, and it's like the only safe drink driving.
That does sound kind of cool, actually.
Cool little arcade that was. I don't understand sitting in the pub a lot of the time that you get really bored. I'd much rather have like a drink with my friends in an arcade and like try and beat them at video games or whatever.
Mhm.
Or even the board game cafe that was open in Newcastle. Um People Perk.
Yeah.
Adorable. It's where I first played a game of D&D with a bunch of strangers.
Hmm.
Okay.
XP.
So there's a good variety of numbers here for different things that people did.
Playing this.
1, 5.
Because wow.
That was a lot of good luck and then hiding in a
Yeah.
corner afterwards. Which Asta has note or can note that he ran away from the fire.
Yeah.
So you now know that ghouls can frenzy.
You know, that was one thing I was going to ask. You know, when I did a self no courage check when I was going over there, what was that courage check specifically for?
Seeing the fires.
Okay, cool. So do I need to do that every time I go to Valen's place when the forge is on?
Yep.
If it is open,
Okay.
yes.
Got you, got you. Okay, cool, cool. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4 for me?
I 1, 3, 4. 4, yes.
Okay. Spent 6 before. I'm back to just.
But yeah. Are we still streaming?
Yep.
Yeah.
So am I turning it off?
In that case, yep.
There, there, there,
Hope you've
there.
all enjoyed.